Hello and welcome to Appalachian Dragons, where me and my favorite backwoods bastards get together and we like to play Dungeons and motherfucking Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Tonight we are on lucky number 13, the White Wyrmspeaker. Where we last... Oh, I'm sorry. Before we do that, I don't think we have any announcements, but we are starting something new next week. Josh, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Hey, yeah. Next week we're going to be visiting 1930s Virginia for a little Haints and Hollers spooky dooky time. Going to be playing some people in Old Gods of Appalachia, trying to investigate some strange things going on with Luthier, and, well, I'm not going to spoil anything else, but feel free to hop in and check it out.
Yeah, very excited to see that. I think it'll be a fun, spoopy time. I need to get more familiar with the... almost the Appalachian Dragons, with the Old Gods of Appalachia system. So I think that'd be fun to do. Fantastic. I don't really think we have any other announcements per se. We do want to remind you guys that after we have our 3-week hiatus in that, we're going to finish up Tyranny of Flagons and then jump on to Cyberpunk, which I'm very excited to get into. And got more fun stuff coming after that, but we'll wait till we get a little closer before we share those secrets. Where we last left off, the Lords of Nightstone, after completing their tenuous voyage on the Westwind Wyvern to get to Hellgate Keep, managed to find the location seeming to be as normal. Harpers patrolled the walls. The place seemed as anticipated, until they were able to glimpse past the illusions and see that these were not Harpers, but undead goblins who were patrolling the walls. They were able to make their way past the initial boundary and quickly discovered that there were areas of anti-magic and wild magic scattered throughout this keep. And were even nearly discovered, I think it was missed by 2, by a frost giant Ghast who came sniffing around. The party was able to make their way through that first area and approached a field of bone. Mounded up high in this courtyard, they found 3 necromancers who were playing cards in one of the huts and were able to slip by them undetected, using their rope of climbing to tie off to the tower nearby, and mostly made it up unfazed. Yuan was not quite so lucky and fell from the rope, landing in the bones and causing enough of a clatter to cause 2 figures, the Scorpion and the Skellyfish, to rise from their resting places and begin their pursuit. Yuan conjured up the spirit of the wind and flew away, but the wind stirred the bones enough to where the necromancers were made aware as well. The party quickly ducked into the staircase that led into the tower they were now atop of, but their remaining rope was discovered by one of the necromancers and caused them to be discovered. The party, Yuan did throw out a very clever use of minor illusion to try to distract the necromancer, but passing the check by just 1, the necromancer was able to see past this and find the party crouched in the hallway. After a very tactical battle, the party was able to lock down some of the necromancers and have them blown over the cliffside. They were able to engage the Scorpion and the Skellyfish and not be overwhelmed by their foes, even managing to take control of the passageway they were in to fend off a Death Knight and Bone Claw. Very excellent work all around. Some personal favorite moments include Ark's fiery inferno as emboldened by Yuan's wind tunnel, as well as his own newly discovered feat, Draconic Ferocity. And just the all-around, just very good decisions were made. I was very impressed on the re-listening to that. Where we are going to pick up today is immediately following the result of that battle. Before we get there, we now return to Tyranny of Flagons. And we're back. As we resume in Hellgate Keep, the party finds themselves atop a tower in a very particular courtyard. I realized after we finished last session that because of the wall, I had a barrier of vision to where you couldn't see beyond. I'm going to delete that now so you can get a glimpse beyond. You guys can now see what you are approaching. A few things to tell you about this location. But first, let's get something a little spookier. I think, yeah, that's pretty spooky. Actually, I think I want to do the other one. There we go. As we overlook this courtyard, you take in quite a few sights. One of the first things you notice is just in front of you is a massive pile of corpses. You see that just to the left of this is a large reinforced wooden double door that seems to lead inside the mountain. And of these corpses that are beside it, you see that they are in various states of decomposition, probably some 30 to 40 individuals, many of them harpers. Some of these are not wearing official harper wear, and together are either peasants that lived in this keep with the harpers, or are actually harpers in disguise. All of them dressed in rotting armor that appears to be previous adventurers and harpers of some status, were dealt with very swiftly. You also see a few structures on the perimeter of the courtyard. In the center, you see a podium where it looks like there once stood a rusted statue, but you gather now, based on the size of the boot prints that you see, this was likely where the Death Knight stood vigilant. You also see a well to the left side, and a blacksmith's quarters. And to the northeast, you also see a large, sturdy structure that seems to be fortified. That's this particular one right over here. As you guys take this in, you are welcome to descend the stairway and make your way into this courtyard. Or travel along the wall. You've got options. You've cleared the enemies to both immediate areas, and don't seem to have drawn the attention of the goblins or the Frostghast.
Before Goldbrand extinguishes his starry form, he's going to change to the Chalice, and he's going to go up to Davos, and he's going to use 3rd level Cure Wounds.
Nice. If anybody else wants to do some quick patchwork, not necessarily short rest yet, but...
Shit, where's it at? I get
I'm
to add
okay.
my little bonus to that. Here it is.
Most of you are pretty decent.
I will say
Half
though.
or higher.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, so question.
Yes.
Does Goldbrand have to be wielding his scythe to get the extra D4, or can he feasibly just reach down and put his hand on the hilt?
I
Says
thought
you
it was
have to be
when you
holding
kill
the-
something that you get the... Or maybe
The
that was
sickle
supposed
gives me plus D4 anytime I regain something hit points if I'm
This-
holding the
the
sickle.
moon sickle or the... Oh, I
Moon
thought you were talking about Bone Carver. Yes, no, you can totally do that. It is, for all intensive purposes, your focus. Well, I guess your tablet's probably your focus, isn't it?
All the above for high level characters? I don't
Either
know.
way, yeah, you're attuned to it.
30.
You can totally take that.
42? Question mark?
Very nice.
Okay.
My roll 20 is not really cooperating. What's my HP at right now?
Looks like 135 out of 191.
Yeah, I can roll with that right now.
Keep in mind that all of your tokens should have higher hit points than your character sheet because of the hero's feast. Also, immunity to fear and advantage on wisdom saves. I think that's the only other perks you guys get from that, but if I am wrong, please correct me. How do you guys choose to proceed? Now that you've done a little bit of patchwork on your wounds.
Guess we need to find a way down. We got the rope behind us. Can always toss it down the other side, I guess.
You're also in the staircase where the Death Knight was. He was blocking sort of the stairs that would lead into this courtyard, so you can just walk through that and step over his corpse.
We collect the rope so we don't leave it there. Like we left
Yeah,
it there
good
to get
call.
caught. I was so disappointed with us. I was like, you said it, and I was like, oh no, we did.
Because Davos
So-
left it up for you on, which was a good call, but you didn't need it.
Yeah, nah. because you it's like, "Anything you want to do?" And then we were like, "We're gonna hide in the stairwell." Just didn't want to ride over my head.
Yeah. It's okay.
Um,
One of those things.
I see a stairway down here. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how Goldbrand would This is a big gate, right? I want to know it's over
Yes.
here. Well fortified. I wonder if there's a reason that buildings is so well constructed. Can you see this? Looks like there's a way downs over theirs.
Yes. You do see that as well as stairways that go up to this top part of the keep.
Interesting.
You're welcome to check them out.
What do you think? We all go together? Pick one first. Make sure there's no beasties in here.
Yeah.
I can stealth if y'all want me to sneak around and perceive some things.
Never a bad idea.
Kind of like that. So what if we all go to the middle and then she goes to the thing? That way we don't have to get as close to it. So we kind of lurk here and let her sneak over to it and check it out.
Why don't you guys move your tokens around and go ahead and roll a stealth and perception check for me, Barb. And I will allow one other person to roll a perception check.
Can Davos go with it? Not with her, I guess. He'll roll the perception check. That's okay.
Stealthy and silent as she always is. 23 is pretty solid. You notice a couple of things. The area that Goldbrand indicated to the northwest does not seem to be a proper way of descent. It seems more akin to a cellar. You detect the scent of rotting food from beyond it and gather that there's not been many living entities here, and as such, the stockpiles that it had have quickly gone to waste. You also notice that on the pile of corpses, a few of them have some pretty nice gear. And you gather, if you wanted to take the time to shift through it, you might find a few items of interest. You also notice that...
I do like pilfering.
You do indeed. You do notice on the fortified structure that it seems to have been... you would probably think of it in terms of this is where they keep the booty. This is locked down tight. They don't want anything getting in here. This is something valuable. And with the 23, you would also notice that the large doors that go seem to go into the mountain probably do not go deep into the mountain and probably begin to head downward, leading further into the keep. I think with the 23, that's going to be the gist of what you get.
No movement
All
or
right,
anything.
now I want to start pilfering.
What was that?
No movement or anything in any of these like
No,
side buildings.
Doesn't seem to see or hear anything of particular note. No, sir.
Yeah.
You gather that many of these buildings were here for the Harpers. The blacksmith, the forge is not lit. It does not seem like there's been recent activity. A couple of the structures over here seem to be akin to barracks and crew quarters and things of that nature that have long since been gutted.
Your paws itching, Pandora?
Hmm.
You could scratch
Pandora-
and kind of pick the lock on that door is all I'm saying. I'm
Probably
the devil
could.
on Pandora's shoulder? That's me.
I'm like, I'll do it.
No, he's got a point.
No, it's really
I
up
mean-
to you. We might want to check it for traps first. I'm a little afraid to use a spell slot to check it for magic traps. But if this was the Harper's thing, it may not be that kind of protected.
No.
If it belongs to the Lich, I don't know that I want to fuck with it. Depending on whose treasure it is, whose booty it is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not.
Treasure.
I forgot Davos was the second one to check that. I'm trying to recall something. I don't think he did, actually. Never mind. He doesn't find anything of particular note that Pandora misses.
It's up to you. I think otherwise we go in here because I think this goes to the top. It doesn't go inside, does it? Never mind.
Correct, yes.
Well, I mean, I can sneaky loot. I'm pretty good at that, being a pirate and all.
What you
I
check?
am interested.
Where about you get her getting in there? Duh, I'm ready.
All right, can I pick that lock? See what kind of booty we got?
On this one over here?
Yes.
Lake. Go ahead and roll a lockpicking check. Live at the sleight of hand. If you have the tools, you get to add your proficiency.
Can I give her guidance?
Sure.
I've got thieves' tools.
Yeah. 33. Fantastic. Excellent. Yes, you managed to very deftly undo the lock, and you gather it did have magical reinforcement. You're familiar enough with the, I think you've had to encounter before, the arcane lock spell, which makes lockpicking more difficult. But with 33, it is no match for your abilities, and you very quickly undo it. But you do feel that little sever of magical ties as you do. Upon opening the room, you do see quite a few jars and vases around the room, a couple of small chests. Most of this seems to have been plundered. Many of the jars still have their lids, but the center point of this room is a large casket, or probably more akin to a sarcophagus. It is chained shut, and with your stealth score, probably will not become active. But you recall both Gideon and Goldbrand talking about this in their visions. You notice that it is covered in runes. I don't think you recognize the language because I don't think you speak it. But yeah, that's what you get at least from your initial glance on the inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna close that door very slowly. Just
No, just
spooky sarcophagus.
yeah, I didn't like that. It's scary.
Roll for mummy.
Can
ward.
I relock the door?
Certainly, I suppose you could.
Pandora's a professional safecracker. She uses a piece of her thieves kit to like make a handle kit. I don't know. I like it. Can you try the same thing on that there gate? It may be too big.
The gate is unlocked, actually.
Oh.
The main gate?
Pandora pretends to unlock it anyway, question.
No.
Yeah.
Does terrifically. You see that there is a broad staircase that descends downward into the belly of this mountain.
I'm bad at faking it.
Belly of the beast.
Davos.
Oh.
Did you mean to roll that insight check?
Yeah.
To see
Cobra's
past
not
the
gonna call her
performance?
out on. Yeah.
It's funny,
call her out
you
on it.
do, but something else occurs to you. On a 27, you're thinking, wait a minute. So the safe house was plundered, and certain things were taken, but it doesn't seem like the Harpers would have this kind of thing. And why would the Lich lock it away? It's just kind of curious.
Don't like it. Vibes off.
Nose. Davos.
You also know that
Can we go over there for a second?
Yeah. I was going to say
Go over
that you and Gideon both saw it in the vision, so you know it seems to be of some importance.
Yeah, no, okay. I think I'm beginning to understand. Where's that? You know the thing? Divine Sense? We're gonna walk over there. Hold
Yeah.
on. A minute. Yeah, Divine Sense. Davos is gonna walk over there.
Can you check
to
or
see?
undead?
Yes, sir. Can you check to see about the coffins? The things in it may not be the nightmare we think it is.
I believe. Will you tell me what languages? Actually, I'll pull it up, so I don't have to.
He's got Common, Elvish, Giant, and Sylvan.
Oh, he does not.
Colbrand has Common, Druidic, Giant, and Sylvan.
One of you does have this, so I do need to look at it real quick, just to make sure
So anything affected by the Hollow spell, he knows the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. I guess he doesn't.
Celestial fiend, undead. I imagine that you guys largely stay together. It's not just Goldbrand and Davos checking this out, correct?
Everybody.
I'm kind of staying aside and keeping
in
watch.
that particular area, you feel all of your magic items cease to work. This is another area which doesn't really affect you since you're not in combat, but you just get the sense of ick. Yes, as you guys come to check this out, his divine sense pings, and he's kind of furrows his brow for a bit. And he goes, "It's whatever's in there is undead, but it's also celestial." And as he kind of squints his brow. He's like, yeah. As you guys approach it and are discussing it, it begins to rattle and shake and shift. Yuan, do me a favor, make a perception check for me. Or investigation, but I think perception is going to be the higher one for you.
Okay. No, well, my investigation is much higher, but it's because I have double proficiency. Technically, I have expertise in it right now, but that's only for evil things, so I should cut this in half.
Well, no, this will apply.
Okay.
It's
Investigation
also
is
evil, I guess.
In a
23.
sarcophagus.
23 is pretty solid. On a 23, you notice first and foremost that the runes that are carved into this are infernal runes. You also recognize that this sarcophagus is not quite like the ones that you guys uncovered in Imrit's Hoard. It does not seem to be ancient or worn. It does have a similar vibe to it, but it does not seem to be as dated as those were. You would also gather that there are several jars around here. I think from you having previously been host to the Mummy Lord, you would realize that mummies are disemboweled, for lack of a better word. Many of their organs are taken and placed in jars with their burial room. 23 is also good enough to where you're going to know that the runes themselves are a binding ritual, trying to seal something inside. I think that's all you're going to get from that particular check. Davos, I will say, probably still, he's like, I don't know what this is. If it is celestial, it's probably not evil, but if it's undead, it probably is. I don't know. I can't make heads or tails of it.
I guess it does stand to reason. If they don't want it locked up, we probably want it locked up. Enemy of my enemy and all that.
Yeah, that's essentially what I was just gonna relay to everybody what I sort of gleaned from that, and then share a similar sentiment. Like, if they're trying to lock it away for some reason, they either want to use it as a tool somewhere else, or they want it locked away for their purposes. I don't know which one, so proceed at your own risk.
Getting it out's the hard part, in my opinion. It's like, it's not a situation where there's like a lock to get all the chains off. Like, it's...
The chains are bound, and they do have a lock with them, but you gather that the runes themselves are also part of something containing it. Yuan,
How heavy is it?
also, you look at it, and you can't help but, like, something scratching the back of your mind. You're like, I bet the book would know something about this. If you reference the book, you can have advantage on that roll.
I mean, it's just
Take it
referencing
out,
the book.
Goran's gonna give you a disappointed... Goran's gonna give you a disappointed dad look if you take the book out.
I'm already attuned to it. What am I supposed to do? Advantage on what? The investigation
I
check?
can't get rid of it. Yes, sir.
Sorry, Gully. We've already opened the...
Goran gives you on disappointed dad look.
Natural one. 26. You needed a 25. You gather from referencing the book and specifically these infernal runes that it is a binding ritual, but it is a specific ritual to bind celestials. This imprisoned something holy. And I would say Davos, as this casket rattles, he kind of like winces a bit, and before I say that, he doesn't recognize the noise. He doesn't recognize it as speech. He goes, this sound like those clerics when they brought Penelope and Vulcan back, that barbarians back. They were singing in Celestial, and it kind of sounded like this, right? And as he says that, you all kind of concur. It's almost like a high pitched ringing, but almost in a melodic way. But it's distorted. You gather it's speaking Celestial, but none of you comprehend that language.
Goran looks at Ark. You think we can drag it outside to the place where our spell stopped?
We can certainly try, Gilbrand.
Can they try to,
Yeah.
Paul Bear style, one on each end? Can they lift it?
It's pretty fucking heavy. But I would say the two of you could at least shove it to get it out there. It's not anchored to the ground in any way. You managed to
That's what.
take it out there, and as you do, let me actually do something.
Just for flavor, Davos helps because he can do a peerless athlete thing that makes him strong and fast for 10 minutes.
Yeah, we can just deadlift it, you know, and then just scoot it.
Yeah. As you do, it rattles more and more, but does not give. I would say that Yuan, because you rolled so high on the investigation check, you see that the runes that were binding it are no longer having an effect on it, but it is still physically trapped inside of this.
Okay.
It
So
seems to
somebody's
have
gotta
become
bust the
slightly
chain.
more active since it's been in this anti-magic area.
Pandora, you want to give that a try, please? Gobron wants to stand behind her with his axe ready.
Oh.
Not necessarily threatening, but he wants to
I
make
want-
sure she don't get ganked when it pops out of there.
I'm gonna stick the book in my robe so that if this thing is celestial, it doesn't come out and immediately murderify me.
Pandora rolling to open it up, is that what I heard? 26, I think you needed a 25, so very good. As you undo the chain, almost immediately the lid, as the lock falls off and the chains fall, the lid is shoved out of the way. As emerging from this is a somewhat horrific figure. You see... Oh, and I can do this now.
Yes,
right?
show us the art.
There we go. You see this large winged figure come out, its mouth agape, and it's crying out, but it is not making speech. Its eyes are bound and it is blinded. It is covered in many ways, but you see the rotting flesh beneath, which does not make sense. Celestials should not be able to be mummified in this manner. And as it reaches around blindly, with its mouth agape, you see that it has no tongue. Initial reactions to this entity.
You're gross. You'll never find love.
Panic.
It just about has to be they made it this way. It perhaps was an angel and they had to mummify it to imprison it. That makes this gross.
Pretty fucked up.
Mhm.
I'm moving all out of the way just so it can have a space in this circle. It does not seem to lash out, but it's searching for something. Its wings are bound in a way where it cannot fly properly. It cannot
Give it a high five.
As you high five it, Barbara, because I'm going to take that at face value, it make a, I'll say, dexterity save. That's, that makes it almost impossible for it to do this thing, but we'll still let the thing do. Rolled a 21, but not good enough, unfortunately. It tries to grab onto you, and you don't get the sense it was in necessarily an aggressive way, but more of something touched me in the dark, and I want to know what it is. I will say that if none of you do anything or try to call out to it or anything, it is going to try to wander. I'm going to roll a d8 to see which direction it goes.
I mean, I want to try to talk to it. It was speaking celestial. Is it still doing that?
Yes,
We can
and
ask
it
it if it
wanders.
speaks.
As it wanders by you, it feels the wall of the place that it was fortified into. Yes, it was speaking. It sounded like celestial, but it was different. It wasn't quite the same as when as what you heard from the priests, and you gather that might be in part because it does not have its tongue.
So then comprehend languages probably wouldn't help very much, huh?
I do not believe so. Drop it in chat because I think that there might be an application of it, but let me see.
I just don't want to burn the spell if it's not going to work, because it just helps me understand languages or understand a written language. So if it's not speaking properly,
Yeah, unfortunately, you gather even if you could understand the language, it wouldn't make sense to you right now. It would be incomprehensible. The daughter of Titus Andronicus. Yeah, Devin.
The daughter of Titus Andronicus.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Had her tongue cut out. It was very gruesome. Had her hands removed. Like,
Was gruesome.
Basic healing wouldn't help enough
Mm.
to do anything with this.
you gather not. Anyone who
Yeah,
wants to make
so-
a religion check. This is not the right vibe for what's happening right now.
I sort of think it's very, and I sort of hate to do this, so I'm going to put it on the table instead of just doing it. I think it's in Davos's character. He has greater restoration. He could try to greater restoration it. Whoa. But
Pretty natural 20 religion. Yuan,
I have learned so
this
much.
thing is this thing is unnatural by the very definition of the word. This is a radiant entity, a celestial who is not of this realm, should not be able to be made an undead. And at the same time, you have seen other things of this nature. The elementals that you possess should not be able to be made undead, and yet, through twisted magics, they were. They should have perished on this plane and returned to their realm, but that is not the case. This thing is desperately searching for its organs. It is trying to restore itself. It is trying to find something to allow it to see, to speak, to comprehend the world around it.
Were there
And-
any organs in jars and stuff like
You saw several
in
jars
the room
in.
with it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like-
You gather they aren't sealed, so I don't think it'll make you roll any checks. You very quickly find that there are these dried, semi-rotted. You find tongue and eyeballs. You find a heart. You find
And I hand him his
various
tongue.
parts of it. You hand the tongue to it, and as it feels it, it greedily eats it up, and as it enters its body, is reattached to it. And you hear the voice, dried and cracked and agonized as it might be, but a feminine voice. It goes, "Have you freed me to cause more torment?"
actually, we don't even
No,
know
buddy, I can give you some more organs back if you want.
Goldberg wants to
Just
help
go start
Pandora
handing him
after
more of his
seeing-
organs.
Yeah, after seeing that it can put him back in that quickly, Goldberg will start.
You gather this isn't something a normal mummy should do, but the celestial nature of this is sort of transcendent in a way. It takes the eyes and presses them into her skull, and there's this spark of yellow light as its vision is restored. You give it its heart, and it buries it into its chest, and as it does, it seems to come into a bit of peace. Obviously, a tortured existence and a nightmarish fate that this thing has endured. But the restoration of these organs do seem to be of a comfort to it. And she, with her new eyes, assesses the lot of you. And its eyes begin to glow a golden light as it sizes each of you up, very much in the way that you sized it up. It looks to Davos, a very good-natured soul who serves the Dawn Father. It looks to Goldbrand, who does not have any particular leanings, either good or evil, or holy or not. It sees Arcanox with his ties to the Ruby Dragon and his own radiant presence. Pandora, again, not quite on any of that spectrum, but then it comes to Yuan, and its face distorts into almost a snarl as it sees the same vile energy of the one who did it to this, who tortured it so. She goes, "I am in very much a state of confusion as to the mixed company that stands before me."
Yeah, buddy, we're unsure about it too.
Dang. I'm sitting closest to her. I was gonna offer her some water if she would take it. I don't know if she'd take it from me now.
Do you offer it?
Yeah, I'm gonna offer a water skin.
Roll a persuasion check, we'll call it.
Okie dokie.
Pandora's is right. We only just met Jews. We can't be certain you're any better for us than we are for you.
23. She did not roll very high on an insight check, but with the 23, she is believes that you have no ill will. She sees you take water perhaps from your own flask and hand it to her, and she drinks it greedily. Her lips chapped, her mouth in a state of think of the worst morning breath you've ever had, and then multiply it by 100. She, but she. Mm,
While she's
can't give a
drinking, because I think that I know what she noticed. I would start to explain to her. You know, some people seek out to be this way intentionally. I honestly made a mistake, and as a result of that, I am becoming something I never intended to be.
She looks at you for a long while, sort of the gears turning in her head, trying to evaluate if this statement is not necessarily if it's true, but if she finds it an acceptable excuse for what you are. She turns to Davos, I think, recognizing the symbol of the Dawn Father, and goes, does this one speak the truth? Is he to be trusted? What does Davos say?
Davos would say yes. I think he would agree with. We've all made some mistakes, and his are just the most recent. And isn't redemption what it's supposed to be about? Yes, I guess being religion.
She goes
in a parenthesis.
No, yeah. She goes, not all are fit for redemption. And Davos would sort of infer from this very much in the sense that the devils that inhabit the hells were all, not all, but many of them were once celestials.
Gross.
And they are something that is beyond. They are something beyond the opportunity for redemption. She's still very wary. She goes, if nothing else, I owe you my gratitude for freeing me. I have been here for I don't even know how long, trapped by Malek and his foul intentions. You do not seem to be. She specifically looks to the four of you, ignoring Yuan. You do not seem to be of his ilk. Why are you in such a God's forsaken place?
Assuming you're talking about the fuckers with the mask-ons, we're actually going to go kill him. It's something we do quite a lot.
And how would you accomplish such a feat?
I'll let you know when we figure it out.
You surely understand that he is beyond death in his current state. He is protected by dark magics that even if you were to separate every atom of his being, that he would be reformed.
Perhaps I misled you. Goldbrand doesn't necessarily know that, so...
That's just sort of informing you with this.
Yeah, okay. Well, to be honest, we just need to think his wearings. After that, you can kill him if he wants to. So.
The mantle.
Yeah, right? Right.
You gather no. You're kind of like... You recall that the Wyrmspeaker had her mask adorned on her shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
But this, it wasn't, it seemed almost more of a wrap than a mantle. Yuan, you would probably recall that when you fought Malek, or when you faced him in the Shriekwood as your last stand as Vikora, he did have some type of armament around his shoulders that you didn't necessarily get a good look at it. You're recalling through a previous memory, but it did seem to be a type of arcane artifact.
She says mantle. I guess I would perk up and say, I think we're all talking about the same thing here. It takes different forms depending on who's wearing it, but at the end of the day, I believe that's the source of his power, the power that we intend to strip.
She will shake her head. His power is not derived from the mantle. His power is derived from the dark rituals which can be found in that which is in your possession. I do not believe a mistake could lead you so far down the path that you are.
I'll pull a book out and say this old thing. While we're talking, no one's been able to tell me how to rid myself of it. Do you think that you might have any idea?
She will look at the book and go, this predates my very existence. This has been around since the creation of the universe. It is something that is most vile.
Satan.
I do not possess the powers to destroy it, but when I was captured, there was another who fell with me. A Solar by the name of Serafina. She, I believe, is still bound within the Hells. I was there too before I was pawned off from the Duke of Enmity as a bargaining chip and given to Malek. He has a hobby of distorting everything he can into some sick, misshapen form. What is that?
We've noticed.
If it is true that you are here to end Malek, you had better start with his phylactery. For if you do not, whatever you do to him will be of little permanent consequence. And he is not one to have in his ill favors.
He foxes a phylacteries. Obviously, Devin knows.
She sort of shakes her head.
Does Davos know?
You come claiming to... Davos would probably recognize the term. You come claiming to wish to rid the world of him, and yet know not how to handle what he is. I
told you we just
fear
want
your
to think.
inexperience and your arrogance will be your downfall. A phylactery is the artifact with which a lich becomes immortal. It possesses their very entity, their very soul. It allows them to exist beyond death, no matter how many times their body is ripped asunder.
But it's a physical object, you say. We destroy that, we destroy them, it sounds.
He just can't come back after we kill him. Right?
If you destroy it, you prevent his resurrection. You would still
Get his
have
head.
to kill him.
Okay. So we need to find that and free the Solar. Did she get? Sorry, I was
yeah, the
listening, but
Solar's
also.
in hell.
Oh yeah, we got to go down. Okay, that's what I was trying to remember. I was like, I think you told us where they were, but I can't remember.
Nah, in
Yeah,
hell,
she
it
said
sounds
that-
like.
Yeah, it sounds like they were both captured and taken to hell. However, she was traded off while the other, more powerful angel, you gather, was kept in the Duke of Enmity's possession.
Okay, cool.
Do you know where their phylacteries is? Since they're so.
She
So
shakes her
important.
head and goes, what was that?
I
What
don't
was
know.
that, you little bitch?
She thinks it's important. Golbrand does not. If he
Yeah.
dies and reforms later, that's not his problem as long as he has the mask.
Yes and no. I think Goldbrand, after dealing with Azazel so much, would realize that there is a usefulness in preventing something from coming back.
Well, also, as far as oaths go, yeah, I have to destroy him. He's my sworn enemy.
Can't wait for you to have to destroy me later.
Arcanoc's got a long list of sworn enemies.
What to say? I thought.
Just don't
thought
actively try to bring back Tiamat, bro, and you're fine.
Yeah.
That's the top of the list. Anyone that tries to resurrect you.
She will say, I know not where his phylactery is kept, but someone of your persuasion, she says as she looks to you on, might be more likely to find it than others. Not quite.
I'll look at her and I'll say, how is that? Do I have some ability to see something others can't? I don't understand.
The phylactery will not give off an aura of magic, nor even an aura of evil despite its nature. It is purposefully made to be hidden. You, however, she will again size you up, are closer to death than most. You might have better luck. And that book was used to create it. I imagine it could be a useful tool. If you choose to indeed put an end to him, it would be a step in the right direction.
Understood.
Roll an insight check for me, Josh.
So
Insight or
many.
Arcana.
Where the heck is... Okay, I'm gonna roll Arcana.
I will also allow Davos to do this. Devin, Insight or Arcana. 23 is pretty good.
Guidance. Give me guidance.
Oh, and you chose different skills. Perfect. Davos with a 30 insight gathers that she has an innate contempt for Yuan because of how far in the process he is to becoming what Molek is. She, in an odd way, it's nothing personal. It's just the very fabric of what you are is what tortured her for months and months and months, years, likely. So there's some hostility there. With your 23 Arcana, you gather that the book was used to create the phylactery. It has a tie to it in a way. There might be a way to seek it out by utilizing the book. With the 23, I would say that you think you could try to recognize the Arcana from the artifact based on the Arcana you understand from the book.
So they're like wavelengths, right? So it's just like I'm looking for something that gives off
Yeah.
similar energy to this thing.
It's like having a Geiger counter. You recognize the book, and so you can try to use it to recognize other things that are of a similar nature.
Cool, fair enough. I guess I mean, I don't know how much she dislikes me, but I assume the same way that at this point I'm getting like a little bit paranoid. I'm starting to think that everybody dislikes me just a little bit. I'll look at her and I'll say, I can't fathom what it put you through, but I hope that I can at least pay a small penance by dealing with him and finding a way to restore you to what you were, one way or another.
Approval meter shifts slightly. She goes, I do not think that there is any way to undo the damage that has been done. I am not meant to exist in a state of undeath such as this, and should I perish, I know not what would happen. My soul is trapped somewhere in between the heavens and the hells, and I do not think either would accept me in my current state.
God, I don't want to I'm nervous to pose this proposition, but I will. I'll just look at her and I'll say, you are not the first that I've encountered in a similar state. I understand that what I am right now might not be quite to your liking, but I do have an ability to carry ones like you with me, utilize you for goodness, and eventually guide you to the path of the afterlife that you seek.
Make a persuasion check. I'm going to tell you it's going to be a pretty high DC. When I wrote this, you had not yet... Actually, I wrote it before the campaign, but you had not... I did not know that you were going to actually read the book, I thought. So this does make things a little more sticky than they were originally intended to be. But go ahead and roll that persuasion. Let's see how the dice tell.
Okay.
I'm going
I
to
don't know
reveal
how-
this if you roll out.
Okay.
I don't know
I'll
how
also...
he would say it exactly.
Sorry.
What was that, man?
I don't know how it was said exactly. But I was just trying to think of like Argonauts would probably make some kind of argument about like the cause of neutrality, kind of like the promoting balance kind of thing.
Oh,
And
very good point.
I think that you on spirits would vouch for him, that he has done much good with them.
My only question was
What's that?
earlier, I got Bardic Inspiration, and I don't know how long that lasts, so I don't know if I still have it.
I don't. How long does
I
it
would
last?
say I would allow it to still be up, and furthermore, I will, upon
10
Devin's suggestion,
minutes.
I think that your spirits would try to make their presence known, and it would see the myriad of specters that you have collected in your journey. Roll with advantage. You can use the bardic if you want to. You can use Devin's wheel if he so chooses to use it.
I will give you the wheel.
I will tell you, it's going to be a DC 30 at this point.
Yeah.
It's
the wheel's
22
gonna-
right now.
No.
It's a 24.
You
What's
get
the
to
Bardic
roll-
Inspiration dice?
For Davos, probably a
D10.
10. Yeah.
I got you.
Oh my
I'll
God.
do it right now.
So wait, so 24 now. You need a 6 or higher. You've got to.
Oh, bother.
She sizes you up, and you gather that she is contemplating it. I need some proof that you are committed to this cause. If you destroy the phylactery, I will reconsider. But I need to see tangible evidence of your need to put an end to this and not follow the same path.
I'll say understandable. We'll handle those tasks. Would you like to remain here, or...
She sort of like tries to flex her wings, but they're tied in such a way where like if this is the this is the actual wing part, this is the part that connects to her, they're like pinned. Think of it like almost like how a bird would be bound. She
Over and use his scythe like his sickle, like a dagger almost, and like one cuts with part of
you slice through and she stretches her wings, and while her body is in a state of, it's not even so much rot, it's almost as if she was left to dehydrate for a decade. It's irreversible damage, but you do see a semblance of this divine nature a little more present as she's able to spread her wings. I will witness for now your deeds. None here can find the phylactery, save for yourself. Show me what you're capable of.
Got it. I'll look back over my shoulder before I walk off, and I'll say, and when you decide to come with me, you can witness the destruction of this thing as I go find your friend and let them handle it the correct way. And then I'm gonna hold the book up because I don't know what the crap I'm doing, and just start walking around with it to see if it starts beeping or something. I'm like, okay, where am I going?
Roll an Arcana check with advantage because you're using the book.
We tie the book to Yuan, and Goldburn holds his feet like a metal.
Beep. Beep, 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 beep.
25.
25. Fantastic. You take the book, and you don't even wander so much as you just try to feel the auras of magics around you. With the 25, you get the faint pings from your friends and their magical accoutrement. You find a little bit of the... it's almost as if the weave were a net, the weave being magic, were a net across the world. You feel some areas where there's almost like little raises in it from these magical artifacts around you. But you feel a point that is very, very dense, as if it is drawing the weave down in a way. And it's not very far. You wander only a few steps before you find yourself at the mouth of the well before you. Right? Over here.
O'Brien softly from behind him. No fucking ways.
Okay. I guess.
What do you do?
I guess the first thing I would do is see if there's a bucket I could pull up, and assuming that it's empty when it comes up, I'll be like, "Dang it! I guess I gotta go down."
The bucket, the rope that the bucket was attached to has been severed.
Okay.
How deep is it? Can we tie a rope to you before you
You can
go
take a
down
look
there?
down it if you would like to.
I'll certainly glance down it before I decide to do anything else.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Guidance.
I will allow one
Perception.
other person to roll as well.
Somebody better have higher perception than me, baby.
Still gonna give you guidance. I'll make O'Brien roll 2 since it's
I
going
rolled a
over.
4.
I've
Unless you
got
wanna do it.
good perception.
Yeah, go ahead and do it, Pandora.
Hey, cat lady, come over here.
Yeah, I got
On a big 5,
Yeah.
you're like, that's a dark, deep, wet hole.
Oh.
16. You learn a little bit with the 16. You see that this dim well is lined with blackened bricks, but appears to be devoid of water. Its true depth is difficult to ascertain, but with your 16, you say that it appears to be about 40 feet deep, only about 3 feet wide, and at the very bottom you notice a dark pool of liquid, likely fetid water. You also see that some of the blackened stones are loose at the bottom, forming a small mound in this putrid pool. The blackened stones that make up the walls of this. But 16, that's all you're going to get for now. At least from the mouth of it.
Tie a rope to you on and let him go down there? I guess, can any of us fit down there?
I would say Arcanox and Goldbrand would probably have a rough time trying to fit down and being able to navigate. Everyone else could probably do so. Davos might be pushing it a little bit, but Yuan and Pandora are more slender in build.
I'll ask Pandora if she wants to accompany me, but I'll also tell her that I understand if you don't want to do that. And then I guess I'm going to summon the Spirit of the Wind and try to descend down into the tunnel, riding atop him like I usually do.
Sure. Pandora, are you following him in any way, or are you staying up top?
I mean, someone's got to go down with him.
Ties a rope around
Ugh.
Pandora's waist and the
Ugh.
other end around
Okay.
Ark's waist.
Yeah,
I mean-
you have the rope of climbing, and you know that Pandora, if it's any consolation, you know that this can pull you out just by saying the word. So, you have an escape line.
Got to pick a safe word.
With y'all going
Cranberries.
down, with you entering the well, roll the check. Or excuse me, you can either each roll again, or one of you can roll with advantage.
I'm giving her
There's a clear
advantage. I can't see
purpose.
crap.
I was gonna say, Legolas, what do your cat eyes see?
29. There we go. Barbara, as you're going down, along our natural 20.
And then a nat.
The 29 got you a lot. The nat 20 is going to get you the rest of it. As
Yeah.
you are going down, you notice an inconsistency in the stonework. With the 20, you gather that it has been reshaped by magic. And you put together that the stones loose in the bottom of this were probably once a part of this wall, but something removed them and used magic to cover it back up. In fact, with the nat 20, it does not take you long to dislodge these enough to get a bit clear where you see a tunnel behind it. Very narrow, something that only you or Yuan could go into. And with the nat 20, there's this fetid water down here. There's bugs that swarm about. And as one of them flies into the tunnel, it drops dead. And you see its body wither and curl. I will say you can gather this is not meant for living entities to enter it. And those who try will probably suffer we'll say.
Hey, Yuan, you're as good as dead. You go for it.
Yeah, I would wonder if I could go in there or not.
You would
Dip your
I'll
little
say-
toe in there.
I'll say, yeah, you do. Well, not your toe, but unless you want it to be, but you do press your finger just very lightly into the opening, and you feel almost like a tingle, but not.
Sensual.
You're not damaged. You gather this is to prevent living entities from entering it, but undead may pass into it unscathed.
Going in.
as you go into this tunnel, I'm going to relocate you off to the side for a second. I'll bring Pandora along for the ride too. For everyone else, we're going to be going to the far left, or excuse me, far right side of the map. Oop.
Far right side of the map. Blue.
Loop.
Aha.
Bloop.
Oh. Why can you not see that? Let me see something. I guess I have to reveal it to you because I don't think y'all have vision on.
Reveal to me your secrets. I didn't realize. I think that's a Harry Potter reference.
Do you see that tunnel?
Snape's.
Reveal
Yes,
to
sir.
me your secrets. All right.
Secret tunnel.
Yeah, I just watched that episode with Atticus the other day, and it's funny because he likes Avatar overall, but whenever there's like romance, he's like, "Oh God, no."
That's a very romance
Yeah.
heavy.
You see before you a narrow tunnel, a little over 2 feet in width. It is very much like shuffling to get through it.
Okay.
You know it's gonna be snug, but you gather you could go in if you wanted to.
We going.
As you crawl in, you feel these prickles on your skin. You're not quite sure if it's part of the magic or what, but just it's uncomfortable. But you continue on, and as you do find that it bends slightly. Go ahead, and move yourself further into that tunnel for me. Oh, it's under permanent darkness. That's why. There we go.
This is advanced darkness.
Advanced darkness. You find that the tunnel curves. Carry on.
Yeah,
Nothing
the
else stands out to you at the moment.
only way out is through. Let's go, baby.
As you get deeper, you see that in the very back of this, a small pewter ring, and it's emblazoned with the signet of a skull with tendrils reaching out from it. I'll drop this in the chat.
Beautiful.
You see the ring further down. What do you choose to do?
I'm going to
I know
send.
Yuan's learned his lesson.
I'm going to send a mage hand out to see if it can pick it up.
As you try to cast the spell, you find that you are in an area of anti-magic.
Well, if I can't use magic, the magic can't hurt me. Theoretically, that's how it works, right? Like I can't see the monster, so it can't see me. I guess I have no choice but to go try and take it.
Indeed,
could
no
use-
choice. Oh,
You
sorry.
could use the book to make sure that's what you're looking for, because if it is, you got to pick it up. Either way, if it's not what we're looking for, you could potentially just leave it.
Right.
You gather this is the thing. This is the only object hidden down here in this dark hole that was emanating this. You gather this is the phylactery.
Okay.
You crawl deeper into the tunnel, and as you pick it up, you do feel this incredibly sickening aura from it. Roll a charisma saving throw from me. From me as well.
Oh man, couldn't do any better than that.
There's this brief moment, as if Bilbo with the One Ring, where you're tempted to keep it, where you know that you could learn so much from this, that this could empower you in ways you couldn't even fathom. And there's this temptation there. And had you passed, I would say that the spirits encouraged you to leave it. But you know this needs to be destroyed, and of your own volition, you take it, not with the intention to keep it, but with the intention to destroy it. You have the ring. I assume you begin to shuffle back out?
Yeah, I'm looking at my map trying to figure out where the closest volcano is, and I head on out.
As you move back that first bit, you feel as several things dig into your skin. The prickles that you felt as you entered seem to be like these hook-like protrusions all across this cavern. And as you exit, you're going to take some damage. The first bit, we're only going to take a D8. Do me a favor and take 3 points of damage. Nothing major, just a bit of blood on the stone. However, as you're doing this, you gather that if you take your time, you could try to minimize the damage, or you can try to rush out quickly to take a bit more damage. And the latter quickly becomes an option, because as you see your blood soak into the earth, you feel the terrifying sensation of things beginning to burrow out of the tunnel and into your flesh. My friend, I'm going to have something attack you. You're without your magical armor. What is your AC? Without rings, benefits, any of that.
I don't even know how to find out anymore. It's 10 plus my dex modifier.
Okay.
I mean, that hits
10
regardless.
plus. Oh yeah, but what is it out of curiosity?
I think it's 11.
11? Okay, that sounds about right. As you feel these things dig into you, I'm not going to roll 1d4. I'm going to roll 2d4. 5 rot grubs burrow into your body. And because of that, nothing happens right away, but you feel them dig in. And it's very uncomfortable. As we come to your turn, because you currently have 5 of them, you're going to take 5d6 damage. You take 17 points of damage as these things begin to eat you. Are you going to shuffle back slowly to try to avoid the damage from the cave, or are you going to shuffle back quickly to try to get out of here sooner than later?
I assume if I get out of the cave more quickly, I can get my magic more quickly. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Take some damage to try and get out.
Move two squares, and you're going to take 4d8. You take 18 points of damage as the cave hooks into you, and you feel. Oh, I forget that these are technically in the GM layer. As another swarm of rot grubs burrows free, it's going to attack you as well. A 17, so d4 more are going to get into you. That is now a total of 9 rot grubs that have dug into your flesh. As we come back to your turn, you're going to take 9d6 damage. I need you to take 35 points of damage as the grubs are literally eating you from the inside out. I'm not sure what you're at. Your token says 83, but I don't believe that's the case anymore.
No, I'm almost down.
You are going to have to pull out of this cave. Thankfully, as you round this corner, you feel the anti-magic fade. We come to your turn. What do you do?
Let me think. I have an action, a bonus action. I'm going to...
Can you shadow step to the end of the tunnel?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, if I can use an action to do anything on myself once I do it. But yes, I plan on shadow stepping to get out of the tunnel. And then I'm trying to decide if I can do anything on my action to destroy these grubs or get them out of me.
For the purposes of resolving this.
I don't know that I have any spells that are going to help me a ton.
As you blip out to the tunnel, Pandora, you see that Yuan is pouring blood. He has been sliced all across his body, but particularly within his back, his torso, you see these almost pinky-sized holes in his body, and you see writhing entities digging into his flesh. You know that he is literally being eaten alive. Because he just finished his turn, or sorry, he still has an action, but you know that these are going to bite him again soon at the start of his next turn. Yuan, what do you choose to do with your action?
Trying to look at my spells, see if there's anything I have that would help me out with this at all.
I'll also say, good call on using Shadow Step and not Misty Step, because you were in an area of wild magic, which could have had adverse or positive effects, as fate determines. But you subverted that for the time.
I mean, I think if I hit myself with anything at all, it's just going to cause me to damage myself. And unfortunately, almost any of my spells would put me down if I actually hit myself with them.
Something like fire runs them off, though. So I'm trying to think of like.
That's a little bit of meta talk, my friend, but. It's a little bit of meta talk, but.
Dude, that's just a straight up guess on my part. It could be anything. Like, I thought it was sunlight. I thought it could be fire. I thought it could be the fucking water that he talked about. He said that, like, Pandora thought that living things couldn't touch it.
Shoot. I mean, oh god, I hate to waste a spell slot. I guess I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians. To see, I mean, would that actually do anything as far as destroying things within the circle?
What are you conjuring? Traditionally, York's version of Spirit Guardians is fire.
Mm-hmm.
However, it is, you've learned capabilities to make that any element you choose.
Oh yeah, it does say deals fire damage. I didn't realize that. I guess I'll just leave it as fire. I'm kind of panicking.
Specifically like... as you do this, the spirit of your father, your family, your village stirs up around you, because this particular gift is given to you by your father, and it is the village of Fire Ganassi, that's whose death at the hand of the Grey Wolf started your whole journey. And as they stir into existence around you, you feel the grubs begin to wither. However, the spell does specify applying fire to the bite wound before the target's next turn deals 1 fire damage to the target and kills the rot grub. You have 9, so you take 9 points of damage, but survive at 1 hit point.
Oh man, I thought I was about to get to use Strength of the Grave for the first time ever. I was kind of excited, but still, that's cool.
You barely cling to life. Pandora yanks on the rope. You guys rise out of the tunnel quickly. And within your hand is this small pewter ring. Davos will take a look at it and say, and this thing is vile. It can be destroyed, but it looks like it's going to resist any attempts to resist most attempts to destroy it. Radiant damage is probably our best bet, but we still have to destroy it in a single blow, or else the Lich is going to know we have this. You will also know from recognizing the emblem on it that the symbol on the ring is the god of strife, Cyric, also the god of murder, who started the spell plague by murdering Mystra some thousands of years ago. Maybe not thousands, but hundreds of years ago.
I think it's radiant damage. It has to be a single thing. I wonder what she can do.
She says, in my state, I could certainly damage it, but I do not believe myself capable of the power necessary to eliminate it in a single blow.
I'll give Davos a pep talk then.
Davos and Ark can both smite it. Technically, Goldbrand can generate Radiant with a Guiding Bolt. I don't know if Yuan is able to change... If you're able to change your damage type... No, not Radiant.
I can't.
So I will say, because of this situation, you guys will size up that you could have multiple people try to strike it at once, but it's going to be a test of timing. If your timing isn't correct, then the Lich is going to know before it's destroyed. If you can kill it all at once, either by one single powerful blow or by syncing up your attacks perfectly, you can do it without raising any alarms. But if the alarm is raised...
I mean, Davos does so much damage most of the time when he does. He would have to roll high, though, I guess. I don't know.
I do have other radiant damage outputs, so...
What can you do?
But so do you have anything that's big? Does a lot all at once?
I actually think I do. Hold on a second. I got Sacred Flame, which does 4d8.
average of 4d8 would be 18 points of damage.
How much does a smite do? If you like, because you're attacking it, right? Like I think radiant damage is required, but
Depends
does smite
on the
make
spell
your
slot
attack?
you use.
Smite doesn't make your
The
attack
highest I
radiant.
have is
It
a
just
second.
does extra, right?
Davos would certainly have
An extra
higher
little bit
spell
of radiant.
slot.
Okay. I think Davos is our best shot, if I had to guess. I would just look at Davos and be
It all
like,
comes down to me.
I've seen you slay multiple dragons. Surely you could destroy a tiny ring.
Yeah, just the darkest, most profane object we've ever encountered. Sure. Yeah.
I sigh deeply
look
as
at
I'm
his-
bleeding to death.
Time to pay rent, Dawnbringer. Alright.
Roll a
So...
persuasion check for me, Josh.
Oh wow. I'm scared.
God, I just. Can we like hit it at the same time?
He said we'd have to make rolls to like make sure we were
I think
synced.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So either we
with
make rolls to
23
see if we're synced, or we let Davos roll to see if he can
The
do it all at once.
you feel the withered hand of the. I don't think you've actually asked her what she is. She places her hand upon you, and you feel a surge of energy. Take 20 hit points. Ironically enough, this does cure disease, poison, blindness, and deafness. So it would have taken care of the rot grubs for you, but you managed to shake them off on your own. And by the time you got up there, it might have been too late. So
Right.
she goes, you've done well to provide me with a reason for faith, as she bestows you with 20 hit points. It's 20 additional hit points, so I should be at 21, I think, my friend.
Yes.
Davos says,
yeah.
I mean, I could smack it, spend
We
a
could
spell
also-
slot to deal
yeah.
2d8 and then 1d8 extra.
Alternatively, he can spend a bigger spell slot. Like at 6th level, he could do a 96.
Well, but it says
what's the
for each
good-
spell level higher than the first to a maximum of 5d8
Oh, does it?
in the ability Divine Smite. Spells.
I'm talking about
Smite.
Guiding Bolt. I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he could do a good chunk with Guiding Bolt. I am going to check one thing real quick. He has other
My theory
smites.
is that my theory is that like 1d8 of the damage is not divine from his sword, where all d8s of the radiant of the Guiding Bolt would be divine.
He could deal more with. Well, it's d6s instead of d8s though.
Yeah.
So his highest spell slot is an 8. If you were to use a 7, you'd be looking at 10d6, the average of which would be 33.
I think we're gonna have to make the rolls if we want to make sure it's dead. I think we're gonna have to make the rolls to try to
I think
sync
that's
it.
probably your safest option.
Yeah.
What would the skill check be? Do you think?
I think that we're going to make it. I'll tell you what, if you want to make a case for using a particular ability, I will allow your input. So if you say, well, it would be this because because of this, what would you use to try to sync up your strikes?
Either one, you do acrobatics or athletics. I think it would be more acrobatics because it's more of like a dex kind of
I
skill.
would say there's a case to be made. Here's the catch-22 to all this. You're going to have to use the same skill. There's a case to be made for both. That following forms is something you do as both a combatant and a soldier, as well as I think there's a case to be made for either one. I think Davos is higher on acrobatics. He has a +7. He has a +4 to athletics.
Yeah, say acrobatics then, yeah. I'm +8 with acrobatics.
I'm going to roll something for Davos. 23 is pretty solid. He might add, there's a case to be made for perception, where you're trying to perceive each other's swings to such an extent that you could strike simultaneously. He has a +12 to perception.
Well, there's those smart thoughts, Davos. I have a +6, so that's not terrible.
So +6, +12. What was your acrobatics?
My acrobatics is a +8.
6, 12, 7, 8. That's pretty good middle ground. Athletics, Yours is probably very high.
Oh yeah, it's +11.
Plus 11, here's a plus 4. It seems like acrobatics is the best middle ground of the 3 we've discussed. So yeah, each of you determine what you're going to cast, and then we'll roll acrobatics checks to see if you can sync them up well enough.
Is Goldburn allowed to also cast? Because he can do Guiding Bolt too.
You can, but you're going to have to also roll whatever they roll.
The acrobatics. Okay. So, oh, don't roll. I'm just trying to click. Maybe
I will
Davos
say-
do.
It will adjust the DC as well, because 2 people syncing up perfectly is difficult. 3 people syncing up perfectly is just a little harder. Not going to raise it by a terrible amount, but it will be more difficult.
I feel like Davos
We're
would give
not gonna have
himself
damage.
or Arc Bardic Inspiration for this moment. I'm just saying.
I feel like that's very fair. I don't think he can give himself
Yeah.
inspiration unless he has a certain class feature, so I think he gives that to Ark.
Goldburn will guidance Davos. And I can.
There you go.
I guess I can wheel if I really have to.
Let's
He's gonna try
start.
to maybe use it 5th level.
Well, hang on. Let's start with our. Well, no, yeah, that's actually a good point. So mark off your 5th level spell slot. Arcanox, what are you using?
I'm gonna throw a 2nd level smite in there because that's all I can really do.
Go ahead and mark off that spell slot. Now, each of you roll your acrobatics checks and add your modifiers. Oh, a 20 is pretty solid.
D4s for Davos.
23. All right, acrobatics for Arcanox. 22. You
This
both
D6.
passed, so you are perfectly fine. You guys do manage to sync up your blows pretty damn close. Go ahead and roll your damage for each of them.
I was like, why didn't it roll when I rolled it? And I was like, because you didn't roll that particular thing, Devin. Okay, not bad.
Okay,
Did you get a
so
plus from something that makes it that 27?
Nah, it's just upcasted.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's 25 to hit. I'm sorry. 27 damage. All right, Arcanox, roll your smite damage.
oh, wait.
God dang it. Oh, I remember what I was doing. I'm marking off these stuff that he's done.
That's 3. Ooh. Why are they double?
That's 12 points.
Yeah, there's the 2, and then there's the ones beyond that, yeah. I don't know why I rolled double it.
So for a total of 35, 39. As you two have the ring between you, and you each strike on it, Arcanox coming down with his blade wreathed in this ruby fire, Davos blasting off a light brighter than the sun. The ring is fractured before shattering to 100 microscopic pieces. There's this moment where you pause to see if there's some reaction in the world around you. And there isn't. You believe you have managed to do this undetected. The angelic entity will look to you, Yuan, in your bloodied state. Mistrust in the darkness is something that I have cultivated over millennia. Perhaps you are the exception to this. I will allow you to make a new persuasion check using whatever perks you choose to use. You will have advantage for the same reason that your spirits provide. The DC is not 30, it is lower.
Oh, I had a 1 sad face.
Okay. What do we do? How do we do? Please, one of these dice better be good. Not great.
A 20 is what you needed, and you got a 21, my friend. Fantastic. You watch as she looks at you. She goes, to shuffle off this miserable form would do my soul a great deal of rest. I have had to endure horrors innumerable through these last several years. Finding peace would be the highest blessing you could get. And you all watch as she rises up, flying with her wings. And she goes to the well. She looks down into the dark water at the very, very bottom. And she places her hands upon her chest. And you see a burst of divine energy as she grapples her own ribcage and pries herself open, screaming this high-pitched whine that makes all of your ears hurt. And as she does, her body falls within the well, before a beam of golden light rushes out and crashes into Yuan's form. Yuan, do me a favor and add the Radiant Soul feature to your character sheet.
Okie dokie.
You have acquired a powerful ally. When you get to that feat, tell me, share with your friends what it does. You have destroyed the phylactery, which was necessary, and I was a little worried that y'all would go in a little blind and kill it, only to have him come back later and be a pain in your ass. As well, he might not have the mask, he's still an incredibly powerful foe, and has friends in low places, as it were.
Oh, okay. Radiant Soul gives me magic resistance. I now have advantage on saving throws against spells, which
Your
I think just
book
cancels
gives you
out.
Disadvantage. It does nullify that. That was not. What? No, what was that?
You know what I said.
I didn't.
No, we really didn't. I couldn't
How
hear
was
you.
that not? How is that not a good deed?
Oh, it was a very good deed, but we're not done yet. Carry on.
I'll learn the spell Mass Cure Wounds. It does not account against my known spells known, so that's good. Angelic Ally. When using the Conjure Elemental spell, you may choose to summon Evangeline, Diva of Undeath. Deva?
Dave, I put yes. Yeah.
Deva. I was like, that's not the right word. It's an E, not an I. And then Anchoring Soul. When reduces 0 hit points, I may make death saving throws.
So whereas before, when you died and were reincarnated, you now have an opportunity to cling to your mortal coil. Evangeline, also very specifically, has a very helpful ability where she produces an aura that undead and fiends within 30 feet have their resistance to radiant damage dropped 1 tier. So if they are immune, they become resistant. If they're resistant, it becomes normal damage, and if they don't have a resistance, it becomes a vulnerability, which will be very helpful in the coming encounter. We are about an hour and a half in, and after this, things are going to go a little quicker. So I think we're going to take our break just a hair early. Thank you all very much for joining us for the first half of session 13, and let's see where it goes. Catch you in a few.
Has it been 10 minutes yet?
And we're back. Thank you for joining us for the second half of Session 13, the White Wyrmspeaker. Who, speaking of, we're going to get on to. We make our way swiftly into the gate. Before we do, is there any catching up you guys want to do? You gather it would be wise to go into this at maximum health if possible.
Does Pandora have an item that makes short rest 10 minutes, or is that a fever dream?
That's just in Skullport.
Okay.
But for
Let's
the
go
sake
hide in
of
a little fortified
expediency,
room.
Serafina will say, Evangelina will say that you have vanquished the guardians of this particular area of the keep. You were likely able to lock yourself within my unfortunate home and make yourself, allow yourself a moment's rest.
Yes,
You
please.
guys quickly
Song of Rest.
funnel into the room, lock it from the inside, and feel fairly well fortified. Let's go ahead and hit that short rest button for everybody. Roll as many hit dice as you would like to, and you may catch up
gotta
the hit
find
points as needed.
We gotta find Song of Rest. Here we go. What is it? It's a D10. Extra D10. Yeah, so it's just a flat D10. No.
I saw hit bars on everybody earlier, and now I don't. And I don't know why.
Oh, that's
I
stupid.
still see him.
It is dumb.
Davos has. Oh, I can't short rest Davos, so I can't see how many dice he
Oh.
has.
I should be able to do that. Okay. Short rest. He has all of them. What's his hit points at right now?
71.
Uh,
I'm
I'll,
going to probably help you out here in a minute.
I'll start off with give him 31 points of healing first. Sorry, I'll do that. 102. Not yet at max, so I'll do the next.
These should already have our things attached to them.
11, 12, 21. Also, I'm if you decide I'm going to roll 6 of these, and then you're like, I need to roll 7, yeah, you can do the extra. Don't let that sweat.
I'm gonna keep rolling.
I'll do 3 more.
Oh, brain bro. Oh, 8. Is that what we get for that from Davos? 8? Let's make durable sure here. Yes. Well, I'll get 8 from Davos.
Perfect. Davos is maxed.
Colbrand's going to
Oh.
use a few more
6.
since I've got them. Oh, that was not bad. Not bad health there.
I don't think many of you do, but if you have a weapon that allows you to regain charges on a short rest, do so now. Weapon or an item. If anyone is still not quite at full, no, actually,
Okay,
I
that
was
got
going
me
to
there.
say somebody could drink a beer with the amulet, but that might be better to do in combat. Somebody wants to throw that on.
How'd you roll those all at once?
So I found out if you check the boxes and then just tap where it shows you the number of dice, like it highlights 3d6 plus 12 or
Oh,
whatever you
nice.
have. If you click that rectangle, it rolls the dice together for you. The
Sure.
problem is it doesn't check them off, so you have to keep up with how many you've done, which is for me all of them except for 1.
Yeah.
So it might roll something here in a second. Okay, it didn't. Good.
Interesting. See, mine, that's what I was doing, but mine just rolls the 1. That's weird.
Did you check off like all the boxes that you wanted to roll,
Mhm.
and then you click the rectangle and it doesn't do anything?
Not the roll hit dice rectangle, but the rectangle with the number of dice and the
Yeah,
modifier.
the one that shows you the number and the modifier below the check boxes, like when you highlight them. You know what I'm saying?
I don't see it below the checkboxes. I'm also multi-class, so I could have some.
Like when you
fuckery on
mark
my sheet.
3 druid boxes, it'll say
Mhm.
like 3d8 plus 9.
I don't see that. Mine doesn't change to per number of boxes that I select. I think it's supposed to be right here.
So you don't see, for example, this.
It doesn't matter because I rolled them all now. We can figure it out later. No, that
Yeah,
doesn't pop
not a
up
big
for
deal.
me.
But that's what I see here is I do it
Interesting.
from your sheet. Excellent. You guys patch yourselves up. Feel a little more comfortable. Being at full
can
hit
help.
point.
I can help you on. How you feel, you on? Not great?
Oh, I'm maxed out now. I rolled all my hit
Okay,
dice
never
except for
mind. Good.
1. I'm good. I wanted you to save your spells.
Make sure you
Sorry.
update your hit points on your tokens, because I'm just going to copy
Yes.
and paste these for easier use. Also, you're going to take
Pandora,
off
are you
your
good
concentration
after-
thing, unless you're doing anything with that, my dude. Also, you're at 155 out of 138.
Yeah, because the Hero's Feast gave us extra hit points.
It changes your max hit points, so change that 135 to the 155, and this way you know in
Uh,
combat you can be healed up to that. It's
Gotcha.
not 10th HP.
Got it. And I think that symbol is just for the Hero's Feast. I don't think I'm concentrating on anything.
Yeah.
You had the wrench still, but I took it off because I assumed you were.
Bless you.
you were using
I'm
it
still
for the-
not able to see my token, so if anybody could add 45 hit points for me, that'd be nice.
I
That'd be
got
awesome.
you.
Yeah,
I got you.
that puts you at 180. Plus
Hell
the
yeah.
8 from Davos puts you at 188. You're 3 down from max, because your max is at 191, is it? Before Hero's Feast. Your max
That-
is 191
Yes.
without Hero's Feast, so we need to add more to it. Yeah. I forget exactly how many we had for Hero's Feast. Anybody recall off the top of their head?
Mine went from 138 to 155, so
138 to 155. That is 17, if my math is correct. So you are the proud owner of 208 hit points. You're down a total
Yay.
of 20 if you would like to roll another hit dice or two to try to max that out.
Oh, sure.
2 more would probably get you pretty close.
Damn, that put Skullbearer at a flat 200.
Hold our problem.
Barb, are you full left your hit dice? I'll top off your token here.
I probably will be. I'm running an errand real quick. Well, outside.
Running. Is that what the kids are calling it nowadays?
Yeah, no, close enough. Trying to
Throw
stab
another
cats.
13 on.
Out by me.
Yeah, fantastic. That puts you over the 200 mark. Fantastic. Excellent. Oh. Interesting. Okay, I might have to. I see. So, Barbara, you have 139. So you should instead have, with the additional 17, 156, if my math is correct. 156. When you get back to your PC, if you'll just roll your hit dice and stuff, and I will go ahead and get us moving. While you guys head to the gate, you begin your descent into Hellgate Keep. And along the way, you see a myriad of fucked up shit. You have to go through 4 levels of this keep, passing through traps, fiendish foes, nightmarish undead, abominations that are difficult to truly comprehend. Some of the abominations almost seem akin to beholders. The undead in particular, the last one of the images I sent you this morning, is a monstrous... Look, the best way I can describe it is an aborted god. It does not seem finished, and it's destroyed, and it's difficult to describe, I'll say. You make your way through these rooms, managing to pass off without being detected. You also notice as you go through each layer that every level seems to nullify a different type of magic. There's a layer where you can't heal. There is a layer where you can't attack with evocation magic. There's every layer you go down, a different type of magic doesn't work for you. Unsettling thought as you head deeper into the mountainside. It does not take you long before you finally arrive at the true belly of Hellgate Keep. And it is a most unfortunate space. I also have an image that I'm going to share with you guys in chat.
Here's
You
that dead
see,
dragon.
you see a broad and cavernous chamber, littered with bone, treasure, organs, corpses, an absolute myriad of misery all about you. You see the incredibly large stone gates that you understand is the Hellgate, currently sealed. You see the limp corpse of the gold dragon before you, and you see a broad courtyard of fine stone, beautiful in a way, but at the moment stained with the blood of dozens of figures. And standing in the midst of this courtyard is a most unsettling figure. There we go. You see a figure that you have seen once before. The White Wyrmspeaker. A wretched-looking creature. Its flesh withered and gnarled. Its robes in tatters about it. And where it would have a head, you instead see a hood, as if of a cobra, that leads to a draconic face. Already an unsettling sight. But you see hovering before it is the corpse that you recognize as the Nodoron. The corpse is suspended in air, spread out Vitruvian man, its 6 bear-like limbs drawn out, its head missing, which is a very strong indicator, especially to Davos, that this is the exact one you fought, as he made sure to remove its head and destroyed it, I believe, with a smite shortly thereafter. As you peer at the entryway of this room, you hear a voice resonate through the chamber, louder than you anticipated, but very soft-spoken. I was wondering when I would be receiving my company. Tell me, have you come to lay waste to my den, destroying my creations, and rid the world of my presence?
You plan to resurrect the draconic queen of hell, and thus you are my enemy. I plan to destroy all that you have created.
That should keep you quite busy. You are far from the first to attempt it. You see that at his feet, all these bloodstains, many of them have weapons, spellbooks, stabs, and it seems like these were all once people that tried to do the exact same thing. He is currently shifting his hands as he's prying apart, not physically, but using magic to open up and inspect various elements of the Nodoron. I must admit that you are more formidable, perhaps, than I would have given credit for. I was most disappointed in the progress of this particular piece, but there's always room and time for experimentation, improvement. And you... I will also admit that I was rather displeased to find the theft of my possessions. And he turns to glare at you, Yuan, as he senses the aura of something you took from him.
Sorry, my kid came up and asked a bunch of questions. Glared at me. What did he say right before that?
He said, I was also incredibly frustrated to find that you had made off with several of my possessions. And sets his glare on you as he can sense what you bear on your person.
I'd look back and say, well, as far as I'm concerned, they're in better hands now, so no love lost.
He'll look at you. You've hardly made good use of it. I think that one such as yourself might be a better student. And he hesitates as he looks at you a little more intently and goes, but wait. What is this? What are you? I have sundered you from this world. I have rid the world of your essence, and yet here you stand before me, a new form. And you watch as with a flick of his hand, the Nodoron is flung across the room and smashes into a wall. And he shifts forward, interested in your visage. Sorry.
As he does that, I'll retort back, I'm everything you wish you could turn yourself into. I'm what you want to become, but done the correct way.
I'm sure you will find that I am much more resilient than you believe. I've been here for 7 millennia and plan to be here a great deal longer. You are a prototype. Could be improved upon. And And I know this because, if not, then why would you even bother perusing my works?
Well, where I come from, it makes sense to study the work of your enemy to understand their undoing.
And how many have you undid in this process over the course of your study?
Well, no
Only
one.
one.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Um,
Insight check.
I guess that's true. I didn't really forget about it. It was more like I didn't think to qualify it.
You'll find that the more that come and go, the more trivial they become. Seems you've already made steadfast progress in disregarding the lights you've taken. That
Got
is
me there.
admirable. It'll make your transition all the easier. Of course, I will have to thoroughly inspect you, rend your flesh from bone, pull every nerve apart just to see what makes you tick. But I assume you're not here to return my book. And you do seem to hold some grudge against my desire to raise Tiamat, but I assure you it's only for selfish purposes. When she
Well,
lays
duh.
waste to this realm, I'll be happy to reanimate everything that she just decimates. And in the process, eventually take care of her myself.
Well, you have to stop me from stopping you first.
Double
Points.
negatives, I've never been a fan.
Listen, we ain't got no time for this, Wyrmspeaker.
The deliberate ain't is very nice. Oh, I have nothing but time. I have voyaged across endless time, manipulated the rise and falls of empires, ended billions of lives and brought them back to do my bidding. You are nothing, no less than nothing. You are paramecium, whose very existence is inconsequential. You will never know a fraction of the nature of this world. I have mastered arcana that you cannot even fathom, and with each millennia as the ley lines have shifted, I have mastered it time and time again. The weave is as tangible to me as flesh, malleable as bone, and as intoxicating. But I doubt you came all this way to hear me prattle on.
Damn.
Any last
We're going to kill someone older than me.
I kind of have a retort to
bold
that.
last words? One more time?
I kind of have a retort to that a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna kind of look at the other lords and be like, this bastard really doesn't know. He doesn't know. It's like, we have killed gods. You understand? The kind of revenants, pity ghouls that you and the others have are a fraction of what we fought. I will crush you like the scum you are, and you will eat your own words as you burn inside of yours flame.
You have faced those who sought godhood, but you cannot claim the trophy that you see. I have witnessed the death of gods before, and what you have done is inconsequential. Though I will say he did have an admirable style about his creations. Truth is that I've been watching you for quite some time. Erebus made me aware of your sordid history. But I have to say that, on the whole, I'm unimpressed. But I will strive to allow you the opportunity to prove me wrong. And with a swirl of his hand, he rises up a bit, and the mountain begins to quake. As arising from this stone floor, you see a most unnatural entity. Why do you always want to do this while trying to change the track?
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
Nobody tell him.
As rising from the earth, you see an enormous spectral dragon, which you recognize as the spirit of the one that he has slain here, which
Ooh.
on its own would be formidable. But when the corpse of the golden dragon begins to shift and rise and burst with its own necrotic energy, you find that you are staring down not only a lich, but one accompanied by two draconic allies. A ghost dragon and a hollow dragon.
Love it
And
for
with
us.
that- And with that, let's roll initiative. Roll him if you got him, boys. 27.
Whoa.
30 rolls for Ark.
Whoa!
Add 'em
That's
all
wild.
Yeah. What happened? What the? Holy shit!
I clicked one.
Thanks beyond API. See Pandora. I don't see gold brands. I'm gonna try that.
That was working.
I got Pandora's. I do not see gold.
I said it again. Did it go that time?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
And let us begin. Oh, that's not right. Pandora rolled higher than that. Give me a second.
I'm like, yeah, give me my turn.
No turns for you. Pandora, as we begin.
We are destined to slay each other.
I only caught the first part of that, but I think I know what you said.
Oh yeah, very much, whatever.
Fantastic. Barbara, as Pandora finds herself in this space, suddenly a crowded room, what does she choose to do?
I'm gonna start strong, and I am going to use my amethyst longbow to conjure a rain of arrows, which is
What's the AoE on that?
damage in a 40-foot radius. So I think
You're cutting in and out, my friend.
and then you're cutting out. I just have no service.
40 foot's quite good.
Yeah.
You might even.
Because
You're technically
there was
just on the cusp of potentially getting two of them. Or excuse me,
Yeah.
3 of them. I would allow the 3.
ooh, okay.
Really, I'm trying to decide because you're really just barely pinging one of them if you do that. But yeah, I'll allow it. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. Hold on. I'm looking to make sure. I'm looking at my perks because I got a lot of things to read on my character sheet now. Okay. So I guess I'll just roll to hit first. Maybe. Oh. Did it roll? Oh no.
Is it a roll to hit or is it a
It just says,
Particular.
cast the Conjure Volley spell as an action, allowing you to deal 8d8 force damage.
what's the Conjure Volley spell? It'll be the one that tells you if it's a roll to hit or a...
Oh, I don't know if I have it in my... Oh, it is in my... Okay, I see it. Let's see. It's got a roll. Oh, there it goes. It's a dex save.
A dex saving throw. Fantastic. Let me see here. And what's your DC?
17?
Oh, they all three fail for 28 points of damage. Let me just double check a quick thing. This is technically magical damage, or is it piercing? That's a spell, so magical damage, yeah.
Yeah, it says. It says non-magical ammunition to throw. It just says.
Fantastic.
Oh, the damage type is the same as that of the ammunition or weapon, so I would assume piercing.
So being piercing.
I didn't mean to click it.
Even though it's magical, you notice that it doesn't have quite the effect you want on the ghost dragon.
I figured as much.
Everyone else seems to take a nice little wallop from it, though. Fantastic. Bonus action.
Let's see. I wouldn't be able to cast anything else from my bow, so I guess I'm going to hide. There's a lot of debris. I don't want us all in this little line here. I think that's a bad idea.
Very good call.
I guess I'll measure it. That's what I'm looking. This is a nice boulder right here.
That's a nice boulder. Yeah.
That's a nice boulder.
It's not just a boulder, it's a rock.
That's a 30.
Mark that on your token as we go on to Arcanox.
Yep.
Arcanox, as you see one of your sworn foes before you, what do you choose to do?
Alright. Take some measurements. Alright. I'm gonna fly 40 feet up to the Wyrmspeaker.
Get him.
Let me double check that back. Yep. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action first to cast Compel Duel on the Wyrmspeaker.
What save is that? A wisdom save?
That is a wisdom save. You gotta beat a 20.
He does, unfortunately. He rolls a 22 on his wisdom save. You call out to him, but find that that your words fall on deaf ears. That is I think that's an action or a bonus action, but whatever the opposite is, make your roll.
Yeah, that was my bonus action. That didn't work out. I'm gonna use Dredge's ranged attack.
Yeah.
But more. Swing twice.
This will work.
30 and a 12. Wow, look at that.
Oh, my screen just conked out on me for a second.
We got all those nat 20s out of the way earlier.
A 30 and a 12? Did you roll with advantage for a reason, or is it
No, I'm just swinging twice.
With your bonus action, I think you can only do one, yeah?
No. Compel Duel is my bonus action. Was my bonus
okay.
action.
I got you. I misheard that earlier.
This is my regular. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the 30 hits. Go ahead and roll.
Bam. And then make a strength save for me to see if he's grappled or not.
Save. Oh, I'm sorry. I rolled the wrong stat block. Let me click this. Shame, because the other one rolled in that 20. He rolled exactly a 16, and to prove that I'm not bullshitting you, I will drop that in chat. He will take that 6 damage, however.
Cool. Third attack is going to be one fire breath weapon.
Fantastic dexterity save.
An extra 10.
He does fail that, so he's going to take that 24.
27. I have to manually add that extra D10.
Oh, that's right. Yes, sir. All right, 27. Thank you, sir. As you end your turn, he's going to use a legendary action. He is going to do... Let's start with a... I think we're going to start with a mana burn. You have just smacked him, Arcanauts. I think he has a bit of vigor for you, but this would be so much more potent. Let me get my ruler out for a quick second. Interesting. I think I'm going to go with Goldbrand. Do me a favor, my friend. Roll me a saving throw using your spellcasting modifier. So, for you, wisdom, yes?
So, not proficiency, so it would be like a wisdom check.
It's a saving throw, but using your
Okay.
whatever your spellcasting is.
okay.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Very good. Roll 2d8, or excuse me, 2d4.
Do-do-do-do-do.
4. You feel as the weave around you burns a bit. And I need you to take 17 points of force damage. You feel as if magic around you has been disrupted. You don't take any adverse effects because you passed your save, but it's a very uncomfortable sensation. As we round to his turn, I think we were going to start off with a... We are in such a nice little clump over there. And he doesn't even have to move. Perfect. Everyone, do me a favor and roll a... Check my thing here. A Constitution saving throw across the board.
31.
31's very good. He is going to empower this, so I'll mark off the spell slots for it.
Oh no. Sorry, I'm trying to roll for Davos.
Oh, you're fine. I think he's with
I
a
see
quick
now.
mist as well.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing that. My bad.
No, that's good. I've got it till I gotta go. I'd like to wheel go over. Yeah.
If you do it now.
1 second. I'm gonna check how many I have left. Yeah, I'm gonna do
I'm
it.
gonna use a lucky point, I think, to re-roll that one.
Sure, go ahead. Is that everyone?
Let me mark it off.
So Gorbrands would be 22.
Waiting for Pandora's results.
Hold on.
You're fine.
Wow, even worse.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just
Pandora's-
gonna die.
Pandora, you're going to take
And-
42 points of cold damage. Everyone else is going to take 21 points cold damage. He did quicken this. Oh, I'm sorry. He empowered it as well. Don't mark damage off yet. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's ironic that a snow leopard can take damage from the cold.
Yeah.
Should have wheeled you instead.
3, 6, 11.
I hate that you made us stop taking damage. Keep
Pandora,
counting.
you're gonna take 50 points of damage. Everyone else is gonna take 25 points of cold damage.
What was the
Wow.
first number you
Is
said?
resistance to cold.
What was that, Josh?
What was the first number you said?
50.
I originally said if you're gonna take 4 more points essentially. Excellent. That will be his bonus action because he quickened it. He's gonna use his action. I think he's gonna try to. I'll have to get up on you for that, but too fun not to.
Do it.
You know what? Sure. He is going to pop up on you, Ark, and I need you to make a. Oh no, it's a spell attack. Excuse me. He has a 27 to hit, which most certainly hits. You take 18 points of necrotic damage as he siphons away a bit of your life. He will then end his turn and go to you one.
Okay.
What do you got, you?
Coming to the theme to the song.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide what I want to do first.
Fuck him up.
kind of want to, you know what, just to get it out of the way because I want to probe something. The book gave me the ability to cast Blight once a day. I'm gonna try to do that. It's like a 40. What is it? Range area 30 feet. Can't remember. I need to measure.
I think you're slightly too far away, but not by much. You could certainly move into that area. Looks like you're 45 away right now.
All right, let me go ahead and move first. I'm gonna scoot up, and then I'm gonna try to I can't remember what the range is on this spell. Like not the range, but the area of effect.
I think it's a single target for Blight.
Hurricane washes over a creature of your choice that you can see. Yeah, it is just one creature you can see. I was thinking of Circle of Death, not Blight. Sorry, that's why I was confused. I was looking for the AoE.
Yeah, you can do Circle of Death instead if you choose.
Nah, I don't. I'm gonna use Blight. Just gonna go ahead and do it. I guess I am going to launch it at him just to see what it does.
Okay. You cast the Blight. What is that, a save?
Let me go ahead really quick. Yeah, it says for this that it would be a con 17. Does it use the book or my modifier? I guess the books.
Uses your modifiers because you're the one casting it. You just don't have to take off the spell slot.
Okay, so it's a 22 then.
23.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just narrowly passing that. And if I'm not mistaken, half as much on a successful one. Has no effect on undead or constructs. He does not take any damage.
Okay. I figured that would want to be in the case, but I figured I would try it anyway.
Of course. Gotta try. What do you do now, sir?
Let me look at my bonus actions really quick. Otherwise, I think I'm just gonna make some magic stones for my bonus action right now. Probably lob one at him.
We round to Davos. Dawnbringer is in his element in the midst of combat. What does he choose to do?
So Davos is going to try to be a intelligent fighter here. I don't know that, man.
A lot of them.
Yeah. Sorry, how far apart are these guys? 85 between the two dragons. I know what he wants to do. I just have to make sure he can 40-foot cube. Gosh, dang. All right. I think he is going to move up. Well, he wants to make space. Let me see how far he can get. 30 feet. So maybe if he gets here, that makes a little more space. That's half his movement speed. And then I think he's going to cast Shatter? Question mark.
Shatter? Question mark. Okay. Where specifically?
Let me see how big it is real fast to make sure. It is a 10-foot spear, so he can't hit both of these guys at the same time. Hold on, I've got to make a circle and make this visible. Oh, it's locked to a square. Interesting. Oh, he'll hit arc if he's not careful.
I'm going to drop something in chat real quick. There we go. Sorry about that.
Dang it.
Where's he dropping it?
Sorry, that changed things. Because he can't hit both of them. He's going to cast Dissonant Whisper.
Okay. What save is that, and who's his target?
Let me get it up here. It's a 19. It is on the Wyrmspeaker up there. Please and thank you.
Oh.
Well.
He rolled a natural 20.
Yeah. It's okay. You write that down.
I believe, does he still take half?
I don't think so. The target must target takes half as much damage, doesn't have to move away. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so he does.
I did that at first level. I don't think his rapier could reach, but he's gonna send the rapier out as far as he can send it towards something.
Okay. I'll drop
As
that on the map for you. I think it's 20 or 30 feet per round. You can check that once we get past your turn, because you are next, unless you have anything else for Davos.
No, kind of a similar situation. I want to move. I can move 40 feet, so I'll probably try to get to here. And then Goldbrand, kind of a similar thing. He's going to try to cast Whole Person on the Wyrmspeaker.
Fantastic. Wisdom?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's just an 11. But instead, he's going to choose to use his... yeah, he'll go ahead and use a Legendary Resistance.
Get that put up here.
Fantastic. Anything else for Gully?
He'll turn into the constellation of the archers, since he doesn't have to concentrate on that, and sling it at the Wyrmspeaker.
Okay. Go ahead.
Sorry, I don't
Roll
know why I wasn't ready for that. Oh, come on,
you're
do
fine,
the
Brent.
thing. 18.
18, I don't believe hits the Wyrmspeaker, but I will check. It's not hit the Wyrmspeaker. As we round to the Hollow Dragon, it is going to use as a fly speed of 80. That's a good range. But I think it's going to reposition himself right about here because he still has a breath weapon attack. I'm going to need... I think it's going to get... Oh, well, no, I'll have to choose at least one of you to miss. Check here real quick. Everything okay?
I will say I am behind.
Yeah, I just dropped him.
I'm sorry, friend. That's no fun.
I had 10 more feet to the left. I should have moved to the right. I should have moved. Shame.
You can move 10 feet if you so choose to, but do it now.
I mean, he could have got to here technically and still hit everything. But I didn't do it, so I'm not going to move.
He's actually not going to move forward because he can hit more of you if he doesn't. Because cones... If he doesn't know Barbara's there. So I think he's going to go... Oh, well, you know... No, yeah, to get you on thoroughly, he would have to miss Barbara. I need Goldbrand, Arcanox, and Yuan. Please go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me. There we go. Okay, so looks like Arc and Yuan fail. Goldbrand, you're good with the 21. Arc and Yuan take 54 points of necrotic damage. Goldbrand, you're going to take half of that. You're going to take 27 points. As the battlefield is immediately wreathed in this dark purple energy. With that, we round to the Ghost Dragon. It is going to swoop its way over here. I think it's going to come up to Gully Boy. This is one of the ones that's fucked up. A 28 certainly hits a Goldbrand. Do me a favor. You're not raging, correct?
He's not raging.
Okay.
He had to get up for something, but he's not raging.
I'll mark it off of his token. He's resistant to cold, so he's only going to take 11 points of damage from that. And then he's going to get 2 claw attacks at him as well. I will say he'll probably reposition himself a little closer here. I think first one's going to come to him, and then the next one's going to go to Arcanox. 29 to Goldbrand, only an 18 to Arcanox.
Eat it.
29 hits. Figured I'd go ahead and get in the mode,
Thanks,
you know.
I was unsure. No, yeah. But what about... Fantastic. Goldbrand is bloodied in the first round of combat. As we approach the end of this, Wyrmspeaker is going to use his last legendary action to command one of the dragons to do a claw attack. I think he's going to take another one to Arcanox since he just missed that one there. A 24? Does that hit an arc now?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, 24 hits.
That's going to be 10 points of necrotic damage as the Ghost Dragon claws at you.
Yeah, why not?
As we round to the top of initiative, Devin, I will tell you, TLDR, you got blasted by a bite from the dragon, but it dealt cold damage, so it only took half, and then it clawed you. I've already deducted that damage from you, but you are bloodied. As we round to the top of the round, I'm going to... Who's within 30 feet of him? Yuan, are you within 30 feet? He wants it to be you.
I think I am, just barely.
You are exactly 30 feet away. You watch as this ethereal tether sprouts from your chest and his chest, and they merge in the middle. Think a la the wand connection from Harry Potter. You are tethered to him. You don't know what that means exactly, but I'm going to put just a little marker on you real quick. Let's do a little skull and crossbones. That seems fitting. And to help me remember it, I'm going to put a little aura on you. So a nice little purple-pink aura. Yeah, right about there should be good. Fantastic. As we round to the top of the round, I believe that is going to be Pandora.
Yeah, that's me.
What you got, homie?
Okay. Let's see. I think I'm going to take a shot at the hollow dragon.
Fantastic.
With my longbow, because I'm going to expend some charges. Okay, why is it not... Hold on, I'm trying to click it. For some reason, it's not rolling. Hold on, let me refresh my character sheet. Shit's just not rolling.
Would you like me to hit it?
Huh, that's weird. It's not rolling.
What are you trying to use? And I'll try to pop it from my end, see if it'll work here.
It's just my amethyst longbow.
Okay.
Which is
it's not rolling for
14.
me either, which is very weird.
About to have to get out the analog dice. Damn.
Interesting. Let me try to roll a d20. You get to add 14 to this. A 27 will certainly hit the dragon.
And I'm expending 2 charges to roll. It'll be 4d10. Let me see if I can roll 4d10.
It's going to be a total of 5, 4d10 and a d8. 4d10.
Yeah.
And a d8.
Oh, I was able to roll the...
It's okay.
I'm able to roll those.
We'll use your 23. So, 23
and
plus
then 1
the 6
d8
is 29.
8. Oh, and I've got sneak attack.
Yeah, I was about to say, which is how many d6 for you?
Where can I look at that? What does it tell me?
Your
sneak
features.
attack. It's 9d6.
9d6. Roll that for me as well. And then your d8 plus 8. 23 plus 48 plus the 8 is going to be a 56, and then another d8 for expediency's sake. We'll use the 6 that I rolled earlier, so it's going to be 62 points of damage, a very solid chunk into this thing.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Bonus action.
We're gonna, let's see. Hold on. I would like to hide after doing a big chunk of damage, so I'm gonna go behind these rocks over here.
Very good. Roll a new
and
stealth
try and hide again. That's a 31.
I'd let you roll that, though, but not the attacks. That's interesting. Arcanox, you are mere inches from this Wyrmspeaker who's tried to draw out some of your life essence mere moments ago. What do you choose to do? You're on mute if you're talking, my friend. Is Ben dead?
Alright, no, yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Not yet.
Heard that crash earlier.
No,
I was like, maybe he's pinned under something.
I'm at half, but I'm not dead yet. Alright.
I might want to start working on that.
Right?
In mind, that was one round.
Alright, so Wyrmspeaker, obviously. It's getting 2 doses. Second ago. That's nice.
Is it not wanting to go through either? I wonder if it's a roll 20
It's not
problem.
me. It might be.
Might be a D&D Beyond or a Beyond 20 problem.
Whatever. Let's see here. Oh, so 31 for the first one. And a 24 for the next.
Will certainly hit him. And what was the other one?
A 24.
Both of those hit. Roll damage for both. And you on roll 2 Constitution saving throws for me. I believe it's Constitution. I'll double check that.
Okey-dokey.
Oh no.
This isn't gonna let me do this either.
Yep, Constitution. Oh, that's a pass.
Ooh, that's not.
That is certainly not. Roll damage for your swing, Finn. If it'll allow you.
I'm gonna have to do this old school stuff. Okay, so that's it. So that's 11.
11 on the first one. All
Then
right.
I'm gonna. One second. Let's check out. Okay, then that is 7 on the next.
He is only going to take 3 of that. You want to take the other 4.
I'm putting it. Ooh, I was putting a Divine Smite on that one too.
Ooh, yeah. So that would have been, instead of 7, it would have been 24. So he's going to take 12 of that. You want to take the other 12 of that for me. That was 12 total, by the way. If you already took the 4, just do 8 more. Fantastic. Arcanauts, you've got one more swing and a bonus action. I will remind everybody, potions are bonus actions, for what that's worth.
For what that's
We'll also remind people, you got some Healy allies. You might need them.
I really do. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use 2 charges, because why have them if I'm not going to use them? To add a fire damage, draconic ferocity to that for my 3rd attack.
Fantastic. Excellent. What's the save on that? Dex, if I recall correctly?
Yeah. It's Dex 19.
You want to make another Constitution save for me.
Okay.
You rolled a
Damn, yeah.
9. I think he's going to use a resistance for it, but at the same time, you know what he's going to do instead? Oh, a natural 20. That's pretty solid. I think what he's going to do instead is he's going to use his reaction to cast Absorb Elements. So instead of taking the 23, he's only going to take half of that. So that would be 24, so 12. So that puts him there. And I'll put a little fire on him, so remember that when we get to his turn, which is now. Do a little thing there. Fantastic. Excellent. As we, if you want to move, you're welcome to. Just know he's used his reaction, so he can't smack you. As we round to the Wyrmspeaker, I think he is going to go. Oh, let me also mark off the slot for that Absorb Elements. I think he's going to settle his gaze on Davos. Davos, make a bada bing, a bada boom check. This is going to be his spellcasting ability modifier as a paladin charisma, or as a bard charisma. Either way. 32, very solid. Roll 2d4. Okay, that's very low. That's good. You wanted low. He's going to take 25 points of force damage as, again, magic around him just seems to implode a little bit. He is then going to use his bonus action. He technically had that fire damage, but I don't think he's going to want to use that at this juncture. I think instead he's going to go with... He sees y'all are looking pretty fucked up. Yeah, there's no reason he would hold on to it. He'll settle his gaze on Goldbrand. And he's going to quicken, with 2 sorcery points, a power word kill. Goldbrand, you are under 100 hit points. Anyone have anything they want to try to stop that with?
I'm gonna hoist the amulet and burn the charge.
Go ahead. As he utters out this word in an ancient language none of you understand, Netherese, Yuan raises the amulet with the symbol of the Raven Queen, and as this sundering force echoes from him, it is met by the spectral form of a raven that rises above you, Goldbrand, and cancels out his 9th level spell. He looks at you with absolute disdain, Yuan, and you have become his new favorite target.
I look back at him the same way, and I look at him and I say, yeah. You're such a coward.
As you do that, you know what? He's gonna burn a legendary action. He is going to do a... Must be 2nd level or lower. No, he doesn't want to get in the... He wants to, but he's not going to. He is instead going to do another burst of icy energy. This one might be a little more familiar to a few of you. This is Rhymes Binding Ice. I need the 30-foot cone. He's aiming it specifically for you on. That's not the right angle. There we go. Lucky for you, Goldbrand, he can't get you and Yuan, and he really wants to get Yuan. I need Argonox and Yuan to both make a Constitution save. You roll very poorly on the damage. Yuan, you are going to take the full 16 cold damage. You also have a movement speed of 0. Argonox, you're only going to take half of that, so you're going to take 8 points of cold damage. As we round to you. What you got, homie?
I need to know more about this thing that's on me. Is it a spell?
No, it is a lair action. You've witnessed enough of it to take place that when he takes damage, there's a chance that you take half of it. Not something you can necessarily, could you dispel it? It is a lair action, but it is a magical effect. Lair effects are not cancelled by dispel magic.
That's fine.
Some sources say that an anti-magic field might, but for what that's worth.
Okay. Well, I don't like being trapped in this ice. I don't like where I'm standing at. I'm going to use my bonus action to Shadow Step.
You most certainly can.
Like way over here. I didn't measure, but I assume that's within 120 feet of me.
You're good. This map's big, but it's not quite that big. I think that was only like 100, maybe a little less, 90.
And then for
good.
my action, I'm going to... I don't know how to draw a shape. How the crap do I draw a shape?
You can use the paintbrush and freehand.
I don't want to do that. I want to measure. Oh, here we go. Square.
Yeah, I got your ruler. There should be an option to cone or circle or...
Cool. I'm going to cast slow on everybody in the cube.
As you go to do that, you watch as the mantle on his body, which I will show you an image of because it is kind of a neat little thing. This is what the angel referenced earlier. It is not his Wyrmspeaker mask. as your spell goes, and I'll mark off the charges for this, as your spell tries to settle a hold of him, he is going to turn it. He's going to choose new targets for your spell. There are 5 of you, so he's going to choose all 5 of you. Actually, you were only able to pick 3. I will only pick 3, but he is most certainly going to target you. Gullbrand and Arcanox.
Cube big enough for him to...
Oh, that is a good point. In that case, it's going to be Gullbrand, Arcanox, and I think Davos, but let me measure now.
Okay, well, here's the kicker, because I didn't want to get Arc with this. I was going to make it a careful spell and choose targets that it did not affect. So if I did that for all of my allies, would this take any effect on them?
Careful, slow you choose targets within a cube. It's not every creature within the cube.
Yeah, but I can automatically have up to 5 creatures I see succeed on the saving throw. And since he would have been in the queue, well, I guess I can't do it on all my allies, you're right. I was going to do it on him, though, for what it's worth.
My thought is you wouldn't use it when casting the spell.
I see.
Because you wouldn't have a reason to. You're not going to accidentally hit an ally with this particular spell. So I'm going to say no on that.
Oh, because it's creatures I choose. I'm sorry. I thought it was everyone inside of it. My bad.
You're good. I do like the logic on that. He is, however, going to get Gullbrand, Davos, and Arcanox. They're going to have to make that save instead. What's your spell save DC?
It's a 22.
And what kind of save was it?
Let's find out together, shall we? Wisdom.
I want to say wisdom, but I don't think that's right. Okay, cool. So, Arc, Davos, Gullbrand, wisdom saves. You got to beat a 22. Davos do not. Gullbrand do.
I love you, Yuan. Wait, what was the save? What skill was it again?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom. Like, all right. Not the worst. 6.
You are slowed, as is Davos.
I'm gonna make.
You cannot drop this until your next turn, Yuan, as far as concentration goes. Mortifying. Bonus action.
I use my Shadow Step as my bonus action.
Okay. As we round to Davos, he can make an action or bonus action, but not both. What does he choose to do, Devin?
I think he's going to do the same thing he was going to do anyway, but I'm going to ask because it doesn't say on the item. What's the action economy to summon Ember? Second question. Does it have to be summoned to Davos himself?
No, I think we all can.
We all can, but can he? Theoretically, he can summon it.
I see what you're saying.
Theoretically, he can summon it and tell her to move to Arc, but if he can summon her on Arc, or her on Arc, that's, that's what he wants to do. He's going to throw a little buddy.
Specify, which is an oversight on my half.
Summoning is going to be a good idea.
I will say, since he's summoning an ally, it would be an action. It will not matter in this case because he can only make one or the other. So I will allow him to do that. That means that he cannot do a bonus action to control her, though.
Can he summon her over Arc, or does she have to be there with him?
So here's the good news. Anyone can give Ember commands. Anyone with a ring, can give Ember commands. So someone else can use their bonus action to command or do something. I think it's going to appear where Davos is. I'll drop this on you. Oh, I thought I had a thing for it. Do I not have a token for Ember? Dude, what? That is a grave tragedy. It's going to be spotted right now. If you'll pull up that stat block, it should be on his sheet. I will adjust the hit points of this. I'll also make it reddish. Actually, why don't you go ahead and take your turn, and I'll look up Ember's thing for you.
What are you looking for, exactly?
It's hit points, it's AC, the stats.
AC 16, hit points 75.
75 at 16, thank you, sir.
Goldbrand, who's not slowed, who now has decisions to make. Action or bonus action to tell Ember to go to Arc?
It's a bonus action to command Ember.
Goldbrand will use his bonus action to command Ember to go to Arc. So, if I understood the thing correctly, it can do everything it could do in a round. Can it move and heal? So, can he command it to move and heal? Okay, that's what he's going to do. I will leave it. It'll do its healing spirit thing. It can essentially become a healing spirit. So, I think that's what I would like it to do.
That'll cast at the third level. Do you have that on you? Because I know it's on your character sheet.
Yeah, I can roll it here in a second. It technically doesn't take effect at the start of initiative. That's when Ember acts.
You go ahead and take your move, and I'll take a look at the 1d6 extra.
Let's open bonus action. So now I have all kinds of freaking decisions to make. Just for now, I'm going to smack this dragon here. No, I'm not. That's a lie. I'm going to heal. Oh, man, I need y'all to come back. You want to come back? I miss you.
You want to come back?
Yeah, I miss you. 2 seconds. 60 feet. 60 feet. Pandora, you're looking okay over there.
Yeah, for the most part.
I think he's gonna use he's gonna use Mass Cure Wounds, and he's gonna get Arc, himself, and Yuan.
I think.
I don't know if I can get everybody.
You said 60 feet? 60
Yeah.
foot radius? Oh, you can get everybody, yeah. Yeah, you can get everybody.
Let's see it. Alright, yeah, I'll do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put my hand on my thing so there's an extra D4. A hand on my sickle. Here is that. Oh, it is only 30 feet. I am mistaken. I can place it with it like 60 feet away, but the spear is only 30 feet.
So if you want to get Yuan, you really can only get Yuan and you. If you want to get the most amount of people, you can get Yuan, and Davos.
That's what I'm gonna do. Yuan, I've got another one for you. I promise.
Okay. So everybody, Yuan, Davos, and Goldbrand, take that 14. I'll add that on Davos for everybody.
What a terrible series of rolls. That's garbage. I would like to become Chalice before I do that, since I can do that at the top of my turn.
Sure.
And Yuan, you'll get the extra Chalice. He's within 30 feet of me, right? You can. That's all. That'll be the end of my turn, so you don't have to. I'll give it to somebody. He's 60 feet.
At the start of another
Were we
turn?
all taking that healing, or
No, sorry.
was he able to get all of us?
You're all. Everyone but Yuan takes 14.
No, Pandora
14
does not, because she's outside the radius.
Oh, I thought I
get
saw
Arc
the
Radius.
Ember radius earlier.
Well, we thought it was 60 feet, but it's 30 feet.
30 can't get all 4 of us. Let's find out.
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha.
Nah, there's no
Oh, okay.
way.
Yeah, no, and I'm
Can
I'm
it?
the best.
Go ahead and take the 14, Barbara.
It gets the 4 of us, not
okay.
Yuan. Yuan, you're gonna get the extra, assuming it can reach you. If not, someone else will. But that'll be the end of my turn.
As you round it into your turn, he is going to command. I think I would have taken the claw actually, but I'm going to look just to see if there's anything else I want to do. I'm tempted for Flare to fuck with you on, but I think the more strategic move is to have the dragon make its claw attack. The ghost dragon is going to make another claw at you, Goldbrand.
Sorry, I'm trying to find my freaking
20.
dice. 2d8 plus 5.
Goldbrand, it's going to hurt. I need you to take 29 points of necrotic it is necrotic damage.
Arc, please take 17 more healing. I can't get you on.
More implying that I've gotten other ones.
Yeah, you got
You
the
should've got
14 and 14 plus the 17, so you're looking at a total of 31. Did you hear that damage, Devin?
Yeah, I was about to say, what is the damage? I missed it.
It was a critical hit, so it is 29.
I'll go ahead and use Stone's Endurance. You said it was necrotic?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I can't use the thing against that, but I will use Stone's Endurance.
That does bring us to the Hollow Dragon. It's going to roll a 5 or a 6. It's going to roll a d6. Try to get its breath on back. It's got a 5! Oh! That is fascinating. That changes what I think he's going to do. No, I've scattered out a little more now, though. Oh, whoops. Ember's also over there, but he really doesn't care too much for the bird. He doesn't really know what it's doing now. He wouldn't aim over here because Pandora is unseen. Okay, I think he'll hold on to his breath weapon, and instead he is going to travel down... What's that? Right about Shaw. Oh, I guess I should kill that dragon. Sorry. Oh, not me to do that. He is going to do... Let's say a bite at Arcanox. 27 to hit. And he is going to do a total of 22 points of damage to Arc. He is then going to make a claw attack at Davos. Is his AC dropped because of slow? I forget.
Yeah, it's -2.
-2.
Okay, good to know. A 22, I think, will then hit Davos.
It will meet, yeah.
So that's 15 points to Davos. He gets to make another claw attack. He can't quite reach Goldbrand. I'll take another one at Davos.
I cut off there for a second, my bad.
Yeah, you're fine, really. That was another 22 to hit, so another 14 points to Davos. And then he's going to use Sapping Presence. I think Yuan might be out of range. Yep, Yuan is out of range. Everyone else is in range. I need everyone but Yuan to make a Wisdom saving throw, beat a 19.
I'll do my best.
Oh, you all have advantage on Wisdom saving throws because of heroes.
Yeah, I was about to ask if that's the advantage.
Never mind.
It would have been an advantage on
Oh
slow,
my god.
wouldn't it?
What?
It would
Wait,
be an
one
advantage
second.
on slow.
Arcanox, who is slowed? Davos and who?
Arcanox and Davos.
Arc and Davos make one more Wisdom saving throw for me. This will be a big pendulum swing if so. Okay, it doesn't change anything for all.
Hey, nice, Davos.
Goes for
Davos would have had a high enough AC to block both of those attacks. Davos is going to get 29 hit points back. He also would have been able to take an action on his turn. Or a bonus action. I think
Bonus
it will be
action.
a number. So I will allow you to retcon and do that right now if you can decide what you want him to do.
He got his Kajigger out last turn. His fucking rapier.
Yeah.
Can he attack this guy with the rapier?
Certainly,
Attack
yeah.
the dragon
It would have
with
had to technically it moved before, so it would have to move up a little bit, but it's a big thing. You can get it. Swing to hit with that.
I figure that'll be the quickest and easiest. Why don't you
Oh,
roll?
don't forget he also
man.
has things like healing word, healing bonus actions.
My D&D Beyond has broken. It won't roll anything to the.
Ours was doing that earlier. What are you trying to do? The rapier?
Yeah, it looks like it's plus 12 to hit.
Yeah, he won't let me roll it either.
D20
Oh,
plus 12, 25.
that certainly hits.
1d8 damage plus 8. 9 damage.
5 damage. Fantastic. Okay, so sorry. Now we're going to back up just a second because we had advantage on those saves earlier. So, Davos failed. Goldbrand passed. Arc passed. Pandora passed with 2 20s. Damn. So, Davos, I think, is the only one who's going to get an adverse reaction to this. Ironically, his movement speed is halved and he has disadvantage on attack rolls until the end of his next turn. So, not quite as bad as slow, but not great either. So that's disadvantage and half movement speed. That is going to be his turn. I think at the end of his turn, as we round to the Ghost Dragon, Malek is going to use another bonus action to do... How far is 30 feet? Not quite as close as he wants to be. But he will pop... Oh... Decisions. I think instead of that, he's going to cast Armor of Agathis as a bonus action. That is a bonus action too. It's a legendary action. He is going to cast this at 2nd level. and he gets +5 to this anyway. So this is going to be 15 temporary hit points. I do not have a good way to mark this, because all of his bars are taken. That's fine. I'll just draw it up here real quick. Fantastic. As we round to the Ghosty Dragon. We're still looking pretty much untouched. Not taking a lot of damage by any means. Ghosty Dragon. It doesn't know that y'all... Yeah, I think it's going to go... Goldbrand, if you choose to use a reaction, you can get a smack on this thing.
I'll do it. Oh, I used Stone's Endurance before, like the last time, so I don't have a reaction. It's not been my turn since then.
You are correct. Thankfully for you, he doesn't see a clean shot that he could get that wouldn't also get the Hollow Dragon. He could come down here, but he doesn't know where Pandora is, so it wouldn't make sense for him to hop that. I think instead, he's going to stay where he was, and instead he is going to make a bite attack against you. At 21, I believe does hit a Goldbrand?
Yes, sir.
I need you to take 18 cold damage, halved to 9. Are you raging?
No, sir.
Okay, so you take the 9 cold. Oh, and your speed is halved until the start of the dragon's turn. I think he's going to take a claw attack on Ark. He gets 2 of these, so he's going to make both of them at you. A 25 and a 16. I think the 25 hits.
25 hits.
That's going to be 15 necrotic damage.
Jesus.
As we go to the top of the round, Yuan, you feel that connection to the Wyrmspeaker sever. You may take off the aura that is on your character.
Neat.
He instead...
Ember is going to give Ben some healing.
Go ahead and roll that. I think it's 3d6 plus his modifier, which I think is charisma? Wisdom's his higher stat, so we'll go with wisdom. So, Ark takes 12 points of healing damage. Healing damage.
Healing damage. Wow.
Healing damage indeed. The Wyrmspeaker is pissed at Yuan right now. I think it makes sense for him to want to do that. This very well may down you, Yuan. Make a Constitution saving throw. Be an 18.
Oh no, and I can't wheel.
I rolled a 1, my man.
That is rough. My friend, you watch as the blood splatters around you seem to rise up with ethereal hands and grasp onto you. You are going to take a total of 46. Oh, you are barely up. Total of 46 necrotic damage. As these entities cling to you, wreaking havoc upon your system. That is his lair action. We come to Pandora. Pandora, what do you choose to do?
Cry a little bit, I guess.
It's a rough time, fam.
Straight up not having a good time.
You've taken the least amount of damage. I think you're fine.
Yeah, but once everybody else is down, then I'm next. All right.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
I'm gonna keep shooting at this dragon since we got him.
Does she have a ring? Does she have a spell sword in her ring? I just figured out.
Did we load it? I can't remember.
I don't think we did, but I will allow it because I think that's something you would have done on the flight over. But we have to decide right now what that spell would be.
Mask Cure Wounds. That's what it usually is.
Slows down, by the way, if it's still impacting Orc, because I had to make a con save for all that damage.
Oh, fantastic. Mass Cure Wounds. So, Barbara, you have a healing spell in your pocket. You can still choose to do whatever you choose to do, but just know that.
Just keep that.
What
Keep it in your back pocket.
range on that one?
You
60
can place
point, and then it's 30 feet from that point.
Okay, definitely need to hit you on.
I'm on an island, dude. It's not worth it. Give everybody else healing.
You also could not get to him even with placing it 60 feet away. You would not be able to reach him without moving first.
Right. Shit. Well, sorry, I guess, get the frontliners then. Can I get
all three, but we'll find out. No, you totally could. Yeah, you can get all three of them. You might even be able to get yourself in that circle. Yeah, you could get.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, everybody but you. Roll your Goldbright. I think you would be the one to put it in the ring if you will roll a mass healing word for us. That is going to be your bonus action.
Roll it for
you
the
still
class.
have your action. I will even be polite and say that you could shoot your shot so you're not revealed and still get sneak attack damage before you cast.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Mass Cure Wounds is what we've been putting in it. I may have said word on accident. Because that's what we've loaded the last,
Mass Cure Wounds is what we've done previously?
Yes.
Okay. I mean...
Because it's 5th level and that's the most it can hold. So that's what we've been throwing into it.
So, I'll allow Barbara in this moment to choose. You can do your action as the Mass Cure Wounds, and then have your bonus action. Or you can do your action to attack with sneak damage, and then get Mass Healing Word as your bonus action.
Which one's a better heal?
Mass Cure Wounds does more healing. So you either deal damage and do a bit of healing, or you do a good bit of healing and then are able to hide or something.
Yeah, that's probably my better.
Which one?
More healing seems to be what's needed right now.
Roll that 5th level Mass Cure Wounds, Devin. What is the range on that the same? 60-30? Okay.
It goes
so
up.
go ahead
would go up. That gets +5 for 20 total.
Alright, so Ark, Davos, Pandora, and Goldbrand all gain 20 hit points, and Barbara, you may make a hide check again if you would like.
Yeah.
As we round to Arcanox, your claw attack is going to come at Davos. This time from the Hollow Dragon. A 22, which does not hit Davos right now, so perfect. That's the 3rd time I've rolled a 22. How interesting. What you got, Ark?
Real quick, let me mark something off so I don't forget.
Did you gain hit points, by the way, at the top of the round from Ember?
I took 20.
I think that was it, wasn't it?
And then there
you
was
took 20 just now?
There was a 20 I took just now, and then there was some I took earlier, I think. I can't remember. What was the one before that?
16 or something, or no, 12? I thought we did it. I know.
Yeah, I took the 12, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so we're good. I just want to make sure.
Cool. Now we're good. Alright, yeah, Wyrmspeaker's still right there. On my spell slots. Those look good. Alright. So 2 swings with Dose.
Swing. Both at the Wyrmspeaker?
Yes. So 23 and a 22.
He will use
Wait, 24 and 23.
He will use his reaction to pop a shield to block those two. That would make his AC a 25. You have a 3rd attack, and then you have a bonus action.
Alright, just because I like the damage output, I'm gonna hit him with Draconic Ferocity one more time. Ooh.
I will also tell you, your Radiant Breath Weapon it does say whenever you make a breath weapon attack, so you could stack that on Draconic Ferocity if you want to expend the spell slot. For what that's worth.
You know what? That is a very good point.
You could also probably aim that to where you're close enough to where you could skirt him if you wanted to. You could hit him and either dragon of your choice.
You guys hit the ethereal dragon too.
Yeah, you don't even have to move for that. Fantastic. 70-10. Why does that look funny? Oh, it says Draconic Ferocity, but that's really your Divine Breath, right?
Yeah, I hit the thing on the menu for that one.
I see.
It was
okay.
like 2d8. I think those are the 2d8s.
That would be 47. They have to make it at disadvantage. So let me roll that real quick. Dex save, is that correct?
Yes, dex save 19.
Oh, not proficient in. Whoops, wrong stat block. There you go. Still not proficient. Yeah, definitely. Malek fails that, and the Ghost Dragon also fails that. It's going to take the full 47. Give me 1 second, because it's not resisting anything there. 47 minus that. Malek is going to take 15 points of that. You're going to take 15 points of cold damage as the icy armor he put on himself shatters, and as it does, pops you. So you take 15 of cold. 47 minus 15 would be 32. 32 would put him at... Don't say numbers out loud. Joey. Okay, cool. You have a bonus action still.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit him with bonus action dredge.
Nice, go ahead.
Or it is manually still.
I will tell you, his AC is currently 25. You saw him pop the shield earlier, so before you hit that button, I'll allow you to decide if you still want to do that, or you can very well hit a 25. You know, that would not be a difficult thing for Art, but just
actually, I think I am gonna do that. Hold on. 13. Oh yeah,
well over
18. 18 plus 13.
What's your damage on it, my guy?
I'm gonna pop this damage, but I'm gonna do another fun thing, just real right quick. Hold on a second. So it's 8 7, so that's 8 damage. Then I'm gonna use my action surge. To do a second level spell slot to summon the Wyvern, the of all the Dread.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Just because he's got dragons, I need a dragon too.
Yeah, Goldbrand casts, Arcadox casts Find Greater Steed. Where do you choose to drop this bad boy?
Let's see here. Let's put him right here.
Yeah. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna do you a solid. As you cast it, like if he were right here, you see that part of his wing clips out a little bit as he flaps. You gather there is a circle of anti-magic somewhere in this vicinity. I'm not gonna let you put him there and it immediately be banished because that would really suck. So instead, you are aware there's that spooky aura over here.
Oh, if that's the case, he's gonna go behind me.
I can put that on the main layer so you guys can see that one. Sorry, there's a ton of these circles all over, but none of you have cast spells in them yet. I am going to say that the dragon is there because I showed you the thing, and that's going to be part of it. He's not going to get blipped out where he's at right now. You just sort of get that. You gather that where you put him is very close to an anti-magic area. Do you want him to go ahead and he gets to go ahead and swing?
Okay, so what was it? The multi-attack. So it's a bite and a claw. Hey, look, it rolled. Cool.
Let's check something. Bite and a claw, and this is to the Wyrmspeaker.
Yes.
25 meets.
That is sexy. What's the D6 fire damage?
What about D6? He's looking pretty rough.
Okay, and then I'm also gonna hit him with the claw because I don't like this guy. You are thine enemy.
21 does not hit. As you finish your turn, he is going to use a. Oh, he couldn't do the lesser spellcraft for that particular one. 1 second. He is going to do. He is going to do a mana burn. Yuan's pretty fucked up, but I think he's just out of range. Oh, but you are 5 feet too far from him, which is absolutely perfect. Instead, he doesn't want to do Arcanox. We've got Goldbrand, we've got Davos. Goldbrand looks the most fucked up. Goldbrand, make another wisdom saving throw for me. Nat 20, my god. That's fantastic. With a 20, you typically don't take half damage from, or when we roll 2d4, you typically don't take half damage from this, but I'm going to allow it for the 20. You're only going to take 7 points of force damage. As we round to him, he is going to quicken and empower. Oh no, he's going to quicken and heighten spell. Let me double check this one. This is. What save is this? That's going to determine his target. He is going to, Ark, you've been wailing on him. I think he's got a bit of animosity towards you. I need you to make a dex saving throw for me at disadvantage because he's heightening it.
Order. At disadvantage.
Oh, no, unfortunately that is a failure. He draws his fist tight and pulls a bit of your life essence out. You're going to take 4d8 necrotic damage. And there's similarly a tether between you two. It's not quite the same as what happened to Yuan. Equal to half the amount. So first we're going to do that 4d8.
I thought you said 48 for a second.
No, you're going to take 22 points. As he draws a bit of healing from you. He is then, he's going to follow it up with the draining touch. There's no reason he wouldn't, because he needs the hit points right now. He is going to, where is it? Siphoning touch, excuse me. Does a 24 hit Arcanox?
24 hits, yeah.
He's going to deal another 48, so you're going to take another 18 points of damage. He's going to gain back 9 of those.
Do not like you.
He's stuck between you two. So he'll end his turn as we go to Yuan. Yuan, what do you got?
Hey, I think Art got added twice. I just watched him go from 80 to 29 or 28.
I think that did.
No, I added the 14 from the second attack, and then it looks like it got added again.
Oh, yeah, my roll 20's up again. We both did it.
My bad.
Oh, I see. Okay, so add the 18 back. So from 29, that would put you at what, 37? Excuse me, 47.
Yeah. That's not bad.
Good looking up. Yuan, we come to you. You are in rough shape. You see these dragons bearing down on your allies. You see the Wyrmspeaker siphoning off a bit of Arcanox's essence. What do you choose to do?
Well, clearly being separated from everybody has done me zero good. I've just almost died anyway, so I'm going to shadow step back closer to people so I can at least, be close enough to help people with things. And then I am going to look down at the conch and I'm going to say, I'm sorry I have to do this so immediately after you were freed from that, but would you like some revenge? And I'm going to...
You sense... Go ahead.
Evangeline.
Where do you choose to place her?
I'm actually going to put her next to me first. So she's just going to like essentially apparate beside me.
Yeah.
Because I need her to heal me real quick before she takes off.
Yeah. She will certainly do that.
She's
going to use
pop...
a spell, or do you want to...
Well, let's see. What spells does she have? Shield of Faith or Spell Magic? One person.
Forget off the top of my head, but...
I can see him on here. I don't think she has anything that can do like a more massive healing, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use her Healing Touch. To give myself...
you do see like under her spells, she just has some that are 3 a day, right?
2 a day, 1 a day. Did I not go far enough up? No, I only see those. I only see the 1 a day, 2 a day, and then the 3 a day is the Healing Touch.
Give me 1 second, because I edited this and I thought I gave you the newest version. But let me pop and check this out. Yeah, you should see Bless and Cure Wounds and Shield all at 3 a day. I will gladly fix that for you. Sorry, my friend.
She can't do this and pop that aura in the same turn, can she?
She cannot, no. Oh, refresh your character sheets. Because the one I'm seeing on your sheets does have the 3 a day.
Okay, I see it now.
Sorry about that. I don't know. I did that earlier today, so I don't know why it didn't go through.
No worries.
But yes, it is her action to activate that Aura of Sanctity.
Yeah. I guess I'm within range now. Cure Wounds at 2nd level. Oh. I think I'm just going to let her do the Healing Touch, and then I'm going to fly her like to stand up beside Goldbrand after that.
Yeah, you should be able to move her. Go ahead and add that 20 points to do that. You still have a bonus action. Or no, you Shadow Step, sorry.
And I'll put her right here beside Goldbrand.
That said, if you did have something you wanted to do with Shadow Step, you weren't terribly far away. You could still get closer to the fray, and if you still wanted to have your bonus action. But that is up to you, my friend.
No, I think that's fine. And I was thinking about like her movement mechanics, so I guess I'm gonna move like, I don't know, I'll get like here. I'm close, but not super close, and that'll be it.
Okay. Goldbrand. Should be Devin. What is Davos doing?
Devin planned his turn and then realized that Healing Word is a leveled spell, which sucks. So I am gonna do the other spell I was planning on doing. Davos is gonna cast Steel Wind Strike.
Steel Wind Strike, fantastic. Yeah, Davos is bread and butter. Roll 3 attacks.
It's not the same for. I don't cast it multiple times. I just roll attacks. Or does it matter which way I do it?
It should be the same as your attack, like its hit modifier. I could be mistaken. Or does it use your spell attack modifier?
Yeah, it looks like he gets +11, and his javelin here gets +11. So the damage won't be right, but I can roll the javelin.
Yeah. And tell me what order you're doing these in. The last one will be where he ends up.
The last one will be where he ends up. Sorry, it won't let me roll that, so I'm going to cast this again here in just a second. He wants to go first to the Lich.
Oh, you know what? He is going to try to counterspell this. Steel Wind Strike. I'm going to, without looking at the spell...
Ralphie buddy.
I'm going to mark off a 5th level. Is it a 5th level spell or higher? Or should we,
it is.
Is it a 6th?
It is a 5th level spell.
It is canceled. I'm sorry, my friend.
Oh, well, now he can...
I'm only minimally sorry.
10, 20,
I think Davos goes in this brief monologue. You know, they call me Dragon Slayer for a reason, and as he draws his sword, nothing happens. He's like, oh, fuck.
He's going to move around to here without losing, without leaving range. He's going to use Healing Word.
That is a leveled spell, my friend.
The other one was counterspelled. Oh.
It doesn't matter. It still extends the slot. Still counts as casting a spell. He does have lay on hands if he wants to touch himself, or if he can walk to you want to touch him.
I was about to say he doesn't need it. Can he? Oh fuck! He can't Light of Lathander those guys without hitting arc.
I don't think his Light of Lathander reaches that far. Certainly try, but I think arc is going to be. He would maybe if he got like right up in here would be able to hit like the Ghost Dragon and him, but the Wyvern might be hit either way.
It is a 30-foot cone. Yeah, he doesn't have any bonus action besides this. I think he's just going to use his rapier. I see. Oh, well, it wasn't even on him. I mean, that makes it look like he gets lots of people. Gross.
Yeah. He also is at half movement and has disadvantage on attack rolls.
Oh, so he can't move as far anyway. So I'm going to move him back to here. He's going to send his. He can't send it and attack with it on the same turn.
Yes, he can. The rapier.
Oh, well, then he will send it to the Lich and try to attack the Lich just to try to get some more.
Check that. I don't know if it can move 30 feet or not. I feel like it's 20 feet, but I could be wrong.
The rapier can float and be commanded by you on your turn to move up to 30 feet in any direction.
Oh, okay, nice. So go ahead and roll.
It can't be more than 50 feet away from.
It's not. You're good.
Okay. Hold on, still not rolling. Plus 12. I don't know why our roll 20 decided to break. 25 again.
25 to hit. That does hit him. Roll damage.
11.
11. Fantastic. As Davos ends his turn, Alec is going to use a second level spell or lower to Misty Step. And I think he is going to go right about here. Goldbrand, what do you choose to do?
It's okay. At least we spawned. Yeah, we have seen that. We got here. It's a good sign. It's a good sign.
For the kids, we say hey.
Supposed to say I had a plan. Now I've totally lost it. How far away is he? 1 second.
I also don't like it.
30-ish feet, 40.
He's already used it this turn. Can I counterspell that Misty Step?
Oh, you most certainly can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to debate in my head whether or not I remembered if he'd used the reaction yet or not this turn, and then when I remembered he did, I was like, I have no choice.
Yeah, he just used it, so that's perfect timing. Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how Goldbrand's going to get off the most amount of damage. They're flying, right? Those two?
The dragons?
The Wyrmspeaker and Hark.
They're all off the ground, not by a terrible amount, but I'd say probably 10, 15, somewhere about there. Maybe not the hollow dragon, but the ghost dragon and the Wyrmspeaker fly.
He can't reach them from the ground. That's okay. Decisions. I'd really like to do a massive chunk to him, and it's going to be difficult to do so. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to run 20 feet to them, and then change my constellation to the dragon so I can fly the necessary movement up to the Wyrmspeaker. Yeah, fly up to the Wyrmspeaker. I see Goldbrand sees Ark needs a battle buddy, so Goldbrand appears in a flash of constellation-y dragon wings, and I will take 2 attacks.
Get him.
Oh, okay. Here's what I would like to do. It don't cost action economy to make these reckless, right?
Correct.
So I will make these reckless, and I'm gonna subtract 5, so that I can do Great Weapons Master.
Okay.
So here's the first attack.
Oh god, suspense is killing me.
Yeah, and now roll to my fucking cheat. Hang on. God damn it. Plus 15.
Minus 5, so plus 10?
Yes. 19 and 12. Gross. Okay, here comes the second one.
Are you doing the same thing on this one?
I am. Wow, an 18.
Okay. Right, none of those hit.
I would like to wheel the 19 or the 18. I guess the 19.
Okay.
that'll use my reaction, which sucks.
You don't even gotta use it because the 1 will get you. Or I mean, you do gotta use it, but you don't gotta roll because the 1 will get you there. He has an AC of 20.
Okay, perfect. And then of course
so you get to add the plus 10 to your damage.
Okay, sorry, I was checking my charges things. I forgot they didn't roll my damage for me. 1d12 plus 9. So here's the one attack hit is a 12, so that's 19. I didn't rage, so that's 29 for the great weapons master.
29. That's a solid chunk of damage. Oh wait, my math.
And then if I'm able. Okay, yeah, I would like to spend a charge to do an additional 2d10 with my brutality.
Oh yes, go ahead.
And that's it. I'm tapped. That was as Goldbrand can Nova for that turn. That's 7 damage. 7 more.
He is looking very rough. Unfortunately for you two, the dragons get to go now. First, the Hollow Dragon, who has his breath weapon, and I think is going to be using it. Yeah, he's going to get Evangeline, Goldbrand, and Yuan. His, I think, is a dex save. Let me confirm. Yes, I need the 3 of you to make a dexterity saving throw. Again, that's Evangeline, Goldbrand, and... oh, no, I'm sorry. Goldbrand moved. I'm sorry. Pause 1 second.
Yeah,
he will reevaluate. No, you're fine. He will reevaluate his positioning. He's going to back up. I think to here. Davos might get a attack of opportunity. Give me 1 second. I'm going to see how this cone looks. Yeah, Davos can make an attack of opportunity. As can Arcanox, if you two choose to use reactions for this. And have it used the reaction.
Let's see here. 12 plus 13.
25 hits.
And hold on, I think... hold on. 1d8 plus 9. 13. And he has Flourish. He might have a Flourish that can stop it from moving. I have to find.
Oh, find out quickly, because that would be very helpful.
I read them earlier, and I have to...
Arcanox, do you want to try to opportunity attack this? Ben, you're muted if you're talking about... Yeah, okay, cool. Go ahead and swing to hit.
It does not. 31.
Oh, crit, yeah. Go ahead and roll your critical damage, so twice the dice. Whichever weapon you're using.
Okay.
14 plus...
14 plus 5, so it's 9.
19.
19.
Oh. Excellent. Any word on that, Devin? If he has a flourish?
None of them stop him.
Okay, cool.
Stop it from moving.
Then we're going to continue as we were anticipating. So I need, well, get Goldbrand. You might have to click this dragon, buddy. Then it would get everybody. I think he's gonna. So I need Goldbrand, Arcanox, Ember, Evangelina, and Yuan to all roll dexterity saving throws. I'll roll one for the Ghost Dragon real quick. Ghost Dragon is going to use its...
I was muted.
Ghost Dragon is going to use its 1 legendary resistance. I will say that as written, all 3 of these are legendary creatures, but 9 legendary resistances is fucked. Malek by himself would have had 4, because of the 3 he has as a Lich and the 1 he has from the Mask. What I have done instead is given him 3 and given each of the dragons 1, for a total of 5, which is half of what they would have had. So you're welcome. The dragon is going to take half. Did we see saves? I'm not seeing them if y'all rolled them.
Evangeline rolled a nat 20, 24. I rolled an 11.
Solid.
Save him, very sorry. Assuming you got Goldbrand. I didn't hear who was targeted.
I'm sorry, yes. Goldbrand, Ember, Arc, Evangelina, and Yuan.
What was the top of save?
Dexterity.
Thank you.
I'll get Ember really quick. It's a 14 plus 4, 18.
Ember fails.
Goldbrand fails.
Goldbrand fails. I need Arcanox and Yuan.
I rolled an 11.
You fail. Arcanox passes. So the only one who passes, unless I'm mistaken here, is Arcanox.
Well, Evangeline
Arcanox,
passed with a nat 20.
Oh, yes. You're right. Thank you. Evangeline and Arc are going to take 30 points of radiant damage. Everyone else is going to take 59 points of, excuse me, not radiant damage, necrotic damage.
Gonna take
If
how
you
much?
Have any 59 points. And actually, you want to give me 1 second to make sure. Yeah, you are within 60 feet, so yeah. That does technically down you unless you have some way to...
Can I absorb elements that? Does that even quantify? I've already used a reaction this turn, so I can't do that because I counterspelled.
You cannot. I was going to say, normally you can't do necrotic damage. However, with your elemental mastery and having had the mummy spirit, I would allow it. But with no reaction, unfortunately, you cannot.
Okay, that would be how much damage total?
59.
Okay.
This does break your concentration on Conjure Elements. However, Conjure Elemental does not dismiss the entity once it's destroyed. It just gives it free will. Evangelina does have motive to continue the battle as planned. So she is good, but you are down. Goldbrand and Arcanox are very close to down, and Ember is pretty close too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Ember had 75, took 59. She's at 16 hit points. So y'all are in rough shape. And got bad news for you. It's now the Ghost Beast. There is a wide open space. Let me see here. I think she is going to do the multi-attack because she can get the most of you with that. She's not as worried about Ember because she doesn't really understand what Ember is. However, Evangelina is a pain in her ass. She recognizes Celestial. I think that she's going to go for the bite on her. Oh, but a 16 will not hit Evangelina, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Fantastic. She is going to make a claw attack at Goldbrand. Which, if this hits, will down Goldbrand. Well, the average damage. We'll see how it goes. 29. But she rolled pretty poor. 13? Oh, that's still... the Ghost Dragon slashes through Goldbrand, and you feel, as it doesn't make physical contact, but it, tears your essence, and you are downed. It's going to make its final claw attack on Arcanox. 22 does not hit an Arcanox? Is that correct? I think you're higher than that. Oh. Arc, you there, buddy? He has a 23 AC. By 1, she misses him. With that, we come to the top of initiative. And Molek is going to roll a d8. He got a 3. He regains a 3rd level spell slot. Arcanox, you're going to regain 13 hit points. Ben, are you local, my guy?
Yeah, I'm local. It's 13.
Okay. Yeah, so you're going to be, I think, up to 30 now.
Yeah.
Pandora, as we come to you, Goldbrand is down. Yuan is down. Correct, Yuan? That's just 2 hit points on you, so I just want to make sure I've got your...
Yes, I'm down. Sorry, I didn't mark
Okay,
the
so
sheet.
Yuan and Goldbrand are down. Davos looks pretty good. Ark is in critical condition. What do you choose to do?
Should I move to have a better shot at the white Wyrmspeaker, or am I okay from where I'm at?
You could hit him from where you are at. Well, it's a little crowded, but I'll allow it. As long as your range is good, and with a longbow, you should be fine.
Oh yeah, I've got 150, so yeah, no. Hold on, let me look at it. I think I've got one charge left. Alright. Because it's not letting me dock charges, but I'm pretty sure I've only used it. 1, 3, 2, 5. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I can't roll on the GT. Okay. So that's a
like
27.
Right?
27?
That does hit. I will say, you're using the charge to empower it?
Yes. Violent attract. So that's 1d8 plus 8. So that's 12 on the first. A little bit plus my sneak attack, which was 9d6.
Oh, sneak attack. Fantastic. Roll it.
That's my sneak attack.
37.
We're eviscerating him. And then 2d10.
You fire off this arrow through these two stalagmites in front of you, over Davos' shoulder, inches from Goldbrand, inches from Ark and Ember's heads, right over Goldbrand's body, and pierce the Wyrmspeaker through the chest. And you watch as this entity it did not even see, did not even truly recognize as a threat, it gets this glimpse of you as it goes down. And he crumples, and as his robes hit the ground, dust scatters out across the area. With that, you watch as the ghost dragon and the hollow dragon both flicker before the ghost dragon disappears altogether, and the hollow dragon's scales clatter to the ground, now empty.
Oh. Should have been focusing him the whole time.
Yeah, I'm sad we didn't get the gloat to him that we destroyed his phylactery before he died. I wanted to see the fear in his face.
Yeah, right. That's why I was like soloing him the whole time, bro. Like I'm like, no, it's this guy.
Fantastic. Excellent. You guys managed to defeat all three of these entities. We are going to call an end to the initiative there. Because we are out of initiative, and you have several healing allies, Yuan and Goldbrand are quickly picked back up. The hit point amount is inconsequential. There's going to be two or three quick things we do before we proceed. One is the loot that you guys are going to get from this. First of all, you guys do get the white dragon mask, which is fantastic. You also, off of his body, recover the Mantle of Spell Turning. A very powerful artifact. Oh, that's not what I wanted. This is in D&D Beyond, but I will drop a item card for it in your chat. Additionally, all of you are upgraded to level 18 with this combat. You have two of the dragon masks in your possession. You have defeated your next great foe. You stand at the gates of hell. And that is what we're going to call a close to tonight's session. Thank you very much for joining us for session 13. We are going to pick back up next week with some Old Gods of Appalachia. And in 4 weeks, I guess, November 9th, we will resume with session 14 of Tyranny of Flagons.
Oh. Bye, everybody.
Catch you next time. Keep rolling.